Welcome to a special episode of the Grappling with Life podcast. Today is the day one of Ramadan, and I have a very special guest with me. Probably one of the most special guests I've had, just because of his involvement with us and how much we love him as well. Zakaria, welcome to the podcast. I'm joking. Jazakallahu khairah for coming on.
Now that intro I should have done.
What? Yeah,
Zakaria is most beloved to me.
It's been a year, man. Can you imagine that, bro?
Yeah, subhanallah.
It's like, what, March? What was it? 27th of March was your one. We recorded it.
Wow.
2021.
Wow, it's a long time ago.
Episode 4.
The time where you inspired the whole world, bro.
Alhamdulillah.
And it went viral. It went like as viral as, inshallah, as it's one of the most watched podcasts actually. So
that's just because I'm old.
Why did you say that?
Because the older you are, the more people you know, the more people are going to watch it.
You're being modest, bro. No, it was a good podcast. I mean, my mum watched it, my whole family watched it, but they loved it, man.
Alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah. So it was really interesting. But today you're on here. We're going to discuss something else, but let's kind of like catch up. What you been doing for the last year, man?
SubhanAllah, bro. Same thing.
Doing what?
Work, football, charity work, bit of relaxation.
How's football been, man? You've got injured as well. One got kicked in the leg once, bro.
Yeah. I've had a few. I don't know, for some reason this season I've had a few like weird injuries. Just
who did you play for?
Same team. I mean, originally London APSA.
Can you tell us the team? You're kind of keeping it a secret, bro.
No. It's originally London APSA.
Yeah.
So I've been playing for them for like decades now, alhamdulillah. So we've always kept the London APSA flag going. So still playing.
They're still about?
Yeah, alhamdulillah. The team is still about. They've got a Sunday side. They've got an academy set up, alhamdulillah. So they're still about.
Are they not in the Premier League yet, man? What's going on?
Bro, you know, and we've discussed this already in the last podcast. The weird thing is, a lot of people said to me afterwards when they watched the podcast, they've said to me, bro, how could you say, man, that there's no racism in football? I said, bro, I didn't say there's no racism in football. I said I didn't experience any of it. That's why I said to a lot of people, but
then you went and contradicted yourself where you said you did.
Did what?
Experience it.
Look, I experienced a little bit, but
it doesn't affect you that's what you're saying. Yeah,
it doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect me.
But on the topic of London APSA, yeah. So if a team, how would a team actually eventually get into, say, for example, top tiers of football? How does that work?
So first of all, I mean, you'll have to start at the lower levels. I mean, you got an example of that. It's like Salford City, for example, right now.
Yes.
So Salford City were a low-level club. I think they were playing in sort of the non-league football scene. They've obviously got some very heavily, influenced backers like Gary Neville, his brother.
Oh, right. So they're team,
Nicky Butt and all these guys. They've got involved. They've
Class
put a lot
of 92, isn't it?
Yeah. So they've put a lot of money behind it. And then money breeds that sort of success, isn't it? Because they're bringing in better players who are going to improve the team, improve the setup. And then what they've done is they've gone in and improved everything else, like the club, the ground and everything else. So everything works kind of hand in hand. So it's just starting at the bottom and working your way to the top like that. Some teams make it and some don't. I mean, if you look at it right now, there's teams now, like even Brentford, for example, they started low level. Now they're in the Premier League, doing quite well.
So so with London APSA, what level are they at the moment?
Well, they used to have a step 5 team that used to play in the semi-pro division.
What does that mean?
So you have the professional leagues, and then you have a part-time semi-professional league where players obviously are some of them are still paid, but they have got full-time jobs.
Right.
So that we were playing at that sort of level, and then from that you can get into full-time football when you get into maybe the Ryman or the football league. So then that's how you work your way up towards that sort of the Premier Division. But
is it just by basically winning games, or do you have to be like to have a ground and there's certain kind of
you got to have your own ground. You got to you got to have obviously monetary backup set up, that kind of stuff. You got to have some accolades to your name. You have to have won some leagues and stuff like that. And then obviously promotion and obviously relegation happens within those leagues all the time. But so there are teams that have done quite well with this already.
You know what it is, bro? I've always wanted, if I was ever a billionaire, bro. Have you ever played Championship Manager?
Yeah.
I'd love to do that in real life, bro.
Yeah. They say this is what they say. They say that the non-league level is like a rich man's toy.
Yeah.
Because what he wants to do, he's not gonna be able to ever have a club in the
Chelsea,
Premier League because they'll be like
yeah.
they're billionaire clubs and millionaire clubs. But to have sort of few million, you could easily have a non-league club.
But this is what I would do, yeah. So I'll tell you my little stint with Championship Manager. Have you played it?
Yeah.
Like how? Like,
I didn't play it a lot. I wasn't too much of a fan of it.
See, I was
doing it for real. That's why.
Basically, I played it. Like in school, yeah. But then I stopped playing it for a while, and then I played it when I first got married.
Mm-hmm.
I had a PC, and when you just download, you get the game, whatever. I'm not gonna say how I downloaded it, bro. Yeah, so I downloaded it. Then you get this patch editor with it. It's like you get this companion app, yeah. It's like a crack almost, where you can add your own players in it.
Oh, so you're cheating, were you?
No, I wasn't cheating. Well, I kind of cheated in the beginning.
Yeah.
So you make them all 99, innit?
Yeah. That's cheating.
It's cheated, yeah. Then I added myself into it.
Yeah.
So I put myself into it, yeah. Proper scumbag, bro. I got to the Premier League and I went to Man United, bro. But
I got his own self, bro.
I snaked myself, bro. You know what the worst thing about it was? Like I was playing, because I was between jobs at the time, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was practically the only time in my life I was unemployed. Yeah. So I was unemployed for about 3-4 weeks, yeah. And just before I started working for you.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, just before that. So like, bruv, my missus was like concerned, bro. Because I'd get up in the morning, it was like a job.
Yeah.
You get my press conference.
You could get hooked onto it.
Yeah, bro, because they do press conferences, bro. Like, so you go on there, you got to choose what you're gonna say to the media, and the media twists it and say that you're gonna leave to go to Juventus.
Yeah.
And what I did, all my backroom stuff for Algerians, innit?
Oh, yeah. So now if you look at kids, they play a lot of the kids. They play Fortnite.
Yeah.
And then you see a lot of the parents say, "Oh, my child, man, he's hooked onto Fortnite.
Yeah.
He just doesn't stop playing it." But if you look back then, it was Championship Manager, wasn't it?
Championship Manager. You had
Street Fighter.
But the thing is, the thing with Street Fighter, bro,
you clock it and then that's
you
it.
clock it and that's it, innit?
Yeah,
now what they're doing is they're just giving you like
Extra things,
I
bro.
banned Fortnite in my house.
Have you?
Yeah, I banned it, bro. Because what happens is it's a never-ending story, bro.
Yeah. It doesn't stop, does it?
And also, it's just killing each other, bro. That's what you're doing. You just kind of like, I know people be screaming at if they're listening or watching, who do play Fortnite, but it's like I give you an example. Remember the game Halo? Have you ever played it?
I've heard of it. I've not played it.
It's like a how do you describe it?
It's a shooting game as well, isn't
It's
it?
like it's a shooting game that you
It's
kill
like
aliens.
you're running
It's a
through-
story mode.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's like a role-playing game, yeah. So I remember I bought the Xbox One, yeah, and we played it, bruv. It was like a mind blow. When you back in the day. So you went from PlayStation 1, PS2, and then, bruv, the graphics change was crazy, bruv. Like like now it's only like you got a PS5, innit?
Yeah, now you see it, you're like, rah, that's a madness, bro.
Yeah, because
but what I'm saying to you, I'm saying to you, right, between PS4 and PS5, graphics wise, it's not
that
not
big because
mind-blowing.
you know why? Because they got PS4 Pros and PS4.
Yeah.
That's why. They're
That makes
4K,
sense.
'cause of the
when my
4K.
son hears this podcast and he hears me talking about PlayStations and
Well, you play though, bro. Sometimes.
yeah, but when he hears this, he's gonna say, "What?
What are you doing there, bro?
What are you talking about?
What advice
No,
have you
you know
got?
what to do.
What do you know about?" but loads of they don't know that when we were younger, bro, we used to play with
Yeah, we had
the
games,
Street
bro.
Fighter, all them guys.
Yeah.
But these guys are like on FIFA and Pro and all these kind of stuff.
It's more invested, Earth, though, man.
Yeah,
Like
it
with
is.
us, we'd play and then we'd go outside and play
Yeah,
football.
yeah.
innit? Or
that's
like you
right.
go play run-outs with your friends. Or
Yeah,
knock
yeah.
down ginger.
4 goals.
Or 4 goals.
That's because at home you probably had a Commodore 64 or an Atari or something like
They're
that.
taking it back, bro.
But you had them things in it, but you didn't play them all the time.
But it takes 20 minutes to load up the game, bro.
Yeah. Now these guys are playing everything literally on a touch of a button. They're playing it.
Now, Earth, you can actually get a subscription. So, for example, with Xbox, you can get Game Pass, and with
You get bare games. 100
bro, it's
plus
like
games,
Netflix, bro.
Wow.
So for example, you got unlimited amount of games. So you pay like I don't know $16.99, and you get a certain amount. Like you can download whatever game you want.
Wow. That's just trying to like dummify people so much more,
It's
isn't it?
crazy.
But
So
now there's look at Google, bruv. They've got their own Google games that you stream. It's like Netflix.
No,
All you
way.
have to
just
do is
need to
buy a
download.
controller.
yeah, but them games are a bit. I mean, it's not.
Yeah,
it's not
but
as
still,
mature. Yeah, I'm making it out like I play bear game, but for me, I have no patience, bro.
But I've tried, man.
No patience, honestly. Like I play today. I played Eunice.
Mhm.
They're the ones that you like to make them spar each other.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This guy's deep, you know that. I goes to the gym, yeah. And he goes to the Eunice. I used to come here, spar in front. I walk in.
No, I don't do it like that. That's a lie. What I actually do is I say to them both. I say to them, "Who won today?" And they both look at me and say, "What do you mean?" I said, "Which one of you won today?" And he says, "Me." I said, "No, you didn't. I watched it. He beat you up today." And then he says, "No, Uncle, I won." I said, "Listen, go back on the mat right now. Do it again. I want to see who wins." And I make them go back on the mat and fight each other again.
And he's standing
Did
there.
they actually go and fight?
Standing like this, like M. Bison, bro. Like, just looking at them.
They go back on the
Every
mat.
time Urfat's there and they're there, he's doing that.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at them thinking, for a while, I didn't know what was going on.
No, one. I think is it Eunice? One of them runs away from you now. He stays away from you. He quickly comes out, puts his trainers on. And says, yeah. My mom's waiting downstairs. I gotta go.
Oh my days, hilarious, bro. Proper wind up merchant, bro.
Proper wind up, bro.
But yeah, so I played Eunice today, yeah. I got spanked, bro, 4-1.
In the football game.
Yeah, in FIFA. And then afterwards, I was like, I don't want to play anymore, bro.
See, that's the other thing. You see, look, I've played football all my life, yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't play PlayStation football games.
You dead though?
No, I can't play them.
What do you mean you can't play them? You
I
don't
just
know
never-
how to or you don't want to?
I never wanted to. And I don't know how to. I mean, I reckon if I spent as much time as these kids do in front of a PlayStation and play, I probably could play, but
Yeah.
I just don't.
But you're always busy, bro, man.
Yeah, I
you're
just don't have the time
You're
for
a guy, I don't know.
Yeah, but what do you do in your spare time, bro?
In my spare time,
Because I know you ain't got a Netflix account, bro. Don't even try it.
I just watched the whole of Top Boy, by the way.
This,
Hey!
Yeah, I did watch Top Boy.
we do research for it. But you know, some of it was shot around here, you know.
It's,
Most
even,
of it, bro.
Does the market and stuff.
Yeah, even in
Petchy
East
Academy,
Ham.
bro.
Yeah.
Oh, was it shot in East Time as well?
yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit on
Yeah,
Barking
only
Road.
when they were going to the toilets and stuff. They did it East Ham.
No, when they went to that into that light shop. Have you watched
Oh,
this?
yeah.
That's in
yeah,
East Ham.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that light shop that you go and get your stuff from.
No.
Oh.
That's not them. This is a different one.
The Panasonic.
Yeah, it's not-
Oh yeah. Those people, yeah.
Bruv, you know, it's a sight to see, though.
It is.
When you see Urfat walk into the traders, bruv.
Hustling them down, bro. Like,
It's like, you know, I'd love to get like a one shot, just like, you know, a camera just following
a
him.
drone.
You're like a drone just following him inside the shop. You want it, fancy? Come on, mate. Yeah, it's all right. It's just another language, bro. Yeah, come on, mate. Yeah, it's just having a laugh, mate. It's all right. Yeah, right. Hey, they're going, right.
Put it on my tab.
How much are you, mate? Yeah, I'll catch you last time. Yeah, cheers, mate. What was the 2 point? Then he does this a lot, bro.
You never see him take out money, bro.
He never measures as well.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
got a spot on his head. He could look at something.
Oh, you don't need to
He's
take
not
out money,
taking
bro.
out money, bro. Everything's on tab. Yeah, put it on the tab for me.
Take what you want, bro. That's how it works. You go to any shop, you take what you want. Just put it on the tab. You get paid later.
You know, I'm good for it, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for it. Yeah, sweet, bruv. And bruv,
Lord.
the way, you know, sometimes I don't want to get racial, yeah, but like you see, Urfat's not the biggest guy, yeah. Mashallah. He's not the biggest guy, yeah. But he's got that big guy energy, innit?
Yeah.
And then you see him talking to someone like Frank. Yeah. Frank's like 6'4". He's like 300 kilos, bro. Frank, he's looking up to him. Frank, where's my 2.4s, mate?
It's true, isn't it? It's true.
When you're just outside of it, you're looking at, bro.
This guy is a craftsman, bro.
No, it's like these two would never circle their universes apart from here, bro.
No, but it's your approach, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's how you could deal with people is the most important thing, isn't it? You can't. what you can't do is you can't get overpowered by anybody.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what walk of life you are, you just can't get overpowered. And that's why when I walk into these merchant places, they know I've turned up.
They know what time it is, man.
They know I've turned up.
But how often do you have to go yourself to these places? Normally you just send one of your minions, no?
Don't call them minions.
I wouldn't call them minions.
That's
lackeys
colleagues.
then, lackeys.
Not even lackeys, bro. That's harsh, man.
Yeah, no. I go to a lot of places myself. But obviously, Bilal goes to a lot of places now. Bilal's going to a lot of the places himself. And to be honest with you, a lot of the people now say to me, God, man, isn't your son like you? He's just like you. He acts like you. He trades like you. He wants stuff like you. He demands it like you. And I said, yeah, but that's because like
training, innit?
Yeah, it's all part of the training.
He's me. And I
No. Everyone in my family says Bilal is Urfat 2.0.
Is it?
Yeah, he's your only
I
brother,
don't
bro.
see
Come
it
on,
though, bro.
Don't you see it?
I don't know. Maybe I haven't like
He's
interacted with
definitely
him,
taller than you.
man. You don't see it.
The 100%, bro. That's one thing you don't have in common.
Bro, listen, I was the catalyst or the part that got a tall son. So he's still my son.
He's got the genes in him.
Yeah, the genes are there, bro. You don't need
Where
to worry
they
about it.
are? Oh, your dad was tall, innit?
Yeah, but that was tall,
his
mashallah,
dad was
yeah.
tall.
Serious?
My dad was 6'4" I think.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, mashallah.
You know the thing with Earth, yeah? You know he's Allah Mubarak, yeah? He's built to like efficiency, innit? Of space. Just what I'm saying. He can get into like I've seen him get into places, yeah. I'm like, how did he get in there, bro? They came to fix bro, this one, yeah. This is like so I've got like a bath with, you know how like my bubble bath's in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had a catastrophic moment, bro. Put the emotional damage thing on, bro.
Emotional damage.
So my bath, yeah, you know the hot tap stuck on open. It wouldn't close. I was turning on the bath.
So all your hot water's literally getting...
So it's filling up. It was running out of time. You know those ones.
Yeah.
So it's filling up, yeah. And who do I call? I call Urfat, bro. He goes, yeah, for video call me. Yeah, so I video called him. He goes, right. Then he started mentioning all these tools. He goes, I ain't got none of these tools, bro. So I managed to kind of turn it. No, I turned off the mains, innit?
Yeah,
He told me
yeah.
to turn off the mains. So I
Yeah.
turned off the mains. Mashallah, you came on the same day, innit?
Yeah.
Mashallah, you came on the same day. I go, so I had to get new taps. So I had to get a mixer tap.
You ain't got a mixer?
Nah, not on my bath.
Well, you're dead. Fam.
But it's council housing, bro. Come on.
Come on.
This podcast ain't doing that much money, bro.
They were looking for sponsors. Anyone?
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Inshallah soon, bro. But yeah, so I'm looking underneath the bath and I'm thinking, how is he going to get a wrench in there and unscrew it, bro? Do you get me? I said, Earth, bruv, I'm telling you, it's tight. He goes, don't worry. Then he did show me that thing that he did with your hand, bro.
What? Yeah.
he goes, so I go, bruv, you ain't got that type of give in there to do that. I said, I was like, you know what? And he had his
Let me shut my
No,
mouth.
I remember telling you there's a tool for every job.
Yeah, you did say that. You did say that. Yeah. So he's come in. He's got his apprentice with him. Yeah. Oh, was it your cousin, your nephew?
My
innit?
nephew was
yeah,
there,
your
yeah.
nephew was there. Yeah. Like, didn't say a word, by the way. He's probably flabbergasted about all the stuff that he has to go through that day, bro. Or what he's had to see, bro. So he's coming, and wallahi, subhanAllah, he's got his hand in there, and he done that. He done that armbar, bro. Whatever he did, and he got it out, bro.
Serious?
And then got the
What, you changed the taps on the day?
yeah on the day, bro.
Then yeah.
He
You,
smashed
you
it
had
out.
the taps in your...
No, I went to screw fix.
No, he went to get them.
Oh,
That's
you
good
had a
boy.
bubble puff daytime?
It wasn't day. It was like after school, bro. So just before.
Yo, listen, I beg you, chat to your boy, man. Who has bubble baths at 3 p.m?
Why not?
Bro, he's beyond chatting. He's finished.
Hey, bro, that's the only way I can operate, bro.
What,
you know,
with
if we're
bubble
training
bath?
and stuff. Well, if we're trained,
Yeah.
If I don't have a bubble bath like twice a week with magnesium salts,
But you're going on like your Van Damme or something.
have you
bro.
seen what's that Star Wars thing, bro?
Oh, the Bacta tank. The Bacta tank.
Boba Fett. Have you seen
Yeah.
Boba Fett?
Yeah.
The
You know
Bacta
when he's
tank.
in that tank, bro?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
me, bro.
Is that you?
That's obviously that's not me.
It looks like you.
It does look like me. I'm the extra.
You're definitely the extra.
Nah, he's that Wookiee, bro.
That look is a deep one, bro. Yeah, so mashallah, that was Bro, talk us through your, because I know, bro, this, you know, it would be really good show, bro.
The building show.
No, like Urfat just chatting about the characters he meets on the tools, bro.
Oh my god, bro.
And the guy just told us that Yardi guy, bro.
Oh, the Yardi guy.
Who flooded 6
Yeah,
mental health
What did he do?
issues.
He basically he's bought a new washing machine. He's got some mental health issues here, but he smokes so much weed, this guy.
Oh.
And so what happened yesterday? I got a call saying that they've got a little leak coming down into one of the flats below. So we've got down there. God, he's not at home. So I was thinking like, where's he gone? So we're calling him. He's not answering the phone. Anyway, we got hold of him about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the evening. We've got hold of him, and he's answered the phone. He said, "I'm out. I'm out of London." And he wasn't out of London. He said, "I'm out of London." And we said, "Oh, there's a leak coming downstairs. You need to come back because it's gonna flood the flat downstairs." And he goes, "Oh, I'll be back in the morning. I'll be back in the morning." So we've turned up in the morning there today. He's only gone and bought a washing machine. Basically, take the old one out, put the new one in, but the new one's pipe is on the other side. So what he's done is he's put the pipe on, and when he's gone to connect it to behind the kitchen sink,
Pulled it out.
No, he's not connecting because it's too short. So what he's gone and done, he's gone to a shop, he's got a connector and another pipe. So he's connected it from there, connected it from here. What he's not done is he's not connected it right. So as soon as he's connected it, put the washing machine back in, put it on.
He hasn't even tested it, honestly.
Nothing. The water just flooded. 6 flats, he's completely flooded.
But I want to understand, who the hell turns on his washing machine and leaves London, bro?
I don't know. That's what I said to him. I said, "Why did you leave it?"
London, though.
And I said, "Did you not?" He wasn't out of London.
Oh, but
He's mental. He's mental. Is he actually mental?
Yeah, nah, he's got some mental health issues. Yeah.
what's the weirdest one you've had, bro?
I've had some.
I know you've told me some crazy stories, but I can't think of them on the top of my head, bro.
Well, about 5-6 months ago, I went to an emergency job in Hackney. Hackney? Is that Hackney?
Bro, you know this guy, yeah?
What?
Let me just say one thing, yeah?
What?
This guy, I'm coming back home from from the gym, yeah? This guy calls me, he's like, "Yo, where are you?" I'm like, "I'm just going home from the gym." He's like, "Where exactly?" I said, "I'm on Libra Road." He goes, "Say no more. Go to this place and turn off their tap." I'm like, "What?" I goes, "What? I don't know how to do it." Zach, trust me.
What do you mean turn off their tap?
Bro, I don't know what happened. It was that Muslim housing place.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Just go there, turn off the tap." I was like, "I don't know how to do it." Like, "Zach, trust me. You know how to do it." I goes, "Okay, what do I have to do?" He's like, "Take a screwdriver with you." I was like, "All right then." I went up there, I knocked on the door. I was like, "Brother, I need to turn off your tap." And he goes, "Okay, where's the tap?" I was like, "I don't know." You tell me where the tap is, bruv.
What you mean
It was the mains on the outside.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened there, bro? That was your phone.
No, it wasn't my phone. It was yours. Anyway,
snap,
then I just turned off the tap from the mains outside, bro. But this guy is he's just next level, bro.
And also, you can't tell him no as well, bro.
Yeah. But
Listen,
it's just funny that he knew where I was at the time of where I needed to go. It's just
So
nuts.
I went into one house in Hackney, yeah, and they hadn't warned me in advance if this guy was all right, or whatever, yeah. So I've knocked on the door, and I don't know where he was from. This guy from some African country or something like that. He just opened the door, goes, "Yeah, what do you want?" I said, "Oh, you've got a leak going downstairs, and it's affecting the flat downstairs. I need to come have a look." He goes, "I haven't got no leak." I said, "I'm telling you, there's a leak going downstairs. I can call the resident downstairs, bring him upstairs and show him." And he goes, "Nah, there's no leak." I said, "Okay, look, I'll just go and get the resident." Yeah. So I went downstairs, and it was a Turkish lady. So she's come upstairs. She knew who he was. And she goes, "Look, there's a leak coming in my kitchen. It's coming through my light. I need to get it stopped." He goes, "Okay, come inside, have a look." So I walked into the house now. Mohammed, I'm not joking to you, yeah. I've never ever been in a house that I was so scared.
Why?
Serious?
Bro, he had knives everywhere.
What do you mean knives?
Like Rambo knives?
No. He had like kitchen knives, like on the floor, on the tables, in the bathroom. He had knives everywhere. And I was thinking, even the Turkish lady, she was a bit scared. She goes, "Oh, just be careful." So I've just gone inside and I've gone now.
Do you reckon he was Juju or something, bro?
He was doing something, yeah. Because I went into his kitchen, and he's got an open plan kitchen diner. So I walked in there, and Mohammed, I'm not joking, walls bigger than this were covered with writing of people's names.
Oh my God.
with a biro pen. And he said,
what do you mean? Like how big?
Tiny.
Wait. So
Tiny.
he covered the
He
walls.
covered them. He covered them. He's writing names of like people, and I said,
You check for your name, bruv.
I asked him, I said, what's this? He goes, Dajjal has sent me.
No.
Yeah, he goes, Dajjal has sent me. He goes, all of these people, Dajjal is going to take.
What do you mean?
He said Dajjal is going to take all these people.
No, the other one. No.
He said Dajjal is...
God, please, no!
I'm being
That's
serious.
Urfat in his head.
Bro, I'm being serious, bro. They said this. He said this to us. And I said to him, are you being serious? He goes, yeah. I said, bro, you know what? Yeah, I'll tell you what. You know your league? We leave for another day.
So he ducked out.
Bruv.
No, that's mad, bro.
Bro, I'm not joking. I had to come out the house.
Was he not well?
No, he's not well. I found the housing straight away. I said, look, you know what? To be honest with you, you're going to have to organize this in a way where at least two
There's
people...
no one there, yeah.
are accompanying me and maybe his carer or someone's on site, because, bro, that just can turn mad.
Brother, do you want to know what happened to me, bruv? I opened the door for some lady. I told her the price, and it was £55. She gave me £50. No, she gave me £60, but she said, give me £10 back. I said, no, it's £55. Yeah. Anyway, she gave me the money, and she goes, go and get me change and come back. I'm not giving you change because that's how much it's costing. And
So you gave her £5 back?
I gave her £5. Yeah, but she said, go back downstairs and go get me some extra change. I was like, no, I'm not going to give you change because this is how much it is. Anyway, she goes, I'm waiting for you. I was like, all right, cool. And left. Didn't bring her back her change because that's how much I charged her. Bro, she called me about 100 times, bro. She left me 5 voicemails saying, if you don't come back here, I've done juju on you and your family, and they're gonna come for you. And I do black magic, and I've written your name in blood. I was like, I was looking. I called my mom. I was like, listen, this is what's happening. Yeah, she goes, listen,
Go give her the
don't
money.
worry about that. Give back her £5. I was like, bro, but like only like if Allah wanted it to happen, it will happen. And she goes, listen,
Yeah, you're not the
tie
one.
your camel, Ruben.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Go back, give the £5 and live to tell the story another day.
Yeah.
Because long for having Jojo sent on you, bruv.
But how do you know she rubbed out your name in blood, bro?
Well, at least I tied my camel and I gave the money back in it. Now I do my my adhkar and all that madness, bro, because she scared me, bro.
No, you obviously, bro, in social housing, you're always going to meet people.
She was a nutter, bruv.
Yeah, all types of people, bro. And some people are going through some weird difficulties in their life that you can never put a finger on, and you know, Allah has protected us from those things.
Yeah.
Okay. And they're going through those things. So, you know, nothing surprises me.
Yeah.
Honestly, nothing surprises. I was actually telling my wife the other day, I was saying to her that, you know, in the early days, I used to do building work and maintenance work. Yeah. I used to go in people's houses. I used to feel so sorry for them. I used to go in there, so I feel so sorry. I used to think, you know what? Look what they're going through. Look at the difficulties. You know, they just about got money to make ends meet. All this kind of stuff, yeah. And now I'm totally immune to it. Honestly, I'm totally immune. And that's not only because you know, my feelings have gone towards it. Is I know how people play the system.
Yeah.
And you know, the system playing is so bad that you have people who you walk into their houses and they're perfectly fine. And then you find out afterwards that, he's
acting.
No, he's disabled.
What do you mean disabled?
That he's disabled. He's got a disability. But that's not, I'm talking about physical disability. Like he's got back problems or he can't get up or he can't sit down. He can't lie down. But then he's walking around the house with you. He's helping you. He's passing things to you. You know, all of this kind of stuff happens. and you think to yourself, like, why would you lie about your health like that?
Yeah. Yeah, but you blame them though. They got to pay electric and gas prices.
Well,
at this rate, bro.
At this rate, yeah. But the thing is, they've always done all right. I'm being serious, bro. I'm telling you, I go to an estate where I know there's a husband and wife. They've got 3 kids. One of their sons, I think, is about 28, 29 years old. He's got 2 Rolls Royces.
Man,
He rents them out to weddings. But obviously, he's got those Rolls Royces because they have got money. I couldn't get a Rolls Royce.
Maybe he's got money, bro. Maybe the boy's got money.
Yeah, but he lives in a social housing house.
Yeah, so do I, bro.
I know.
Do you have a Rolls Royce?
But you don't have a Rolls Royce, do you?
Far from it, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. You don't have a Rolls Royce, do you?
Nah.
But you must have accumulated some wealth somewhere along the lines to be able to get that. How? How do you do that? I'd like to know the trick for that.
Well, you know what they do? There's this like little scheme that mans do. What they do, they lease a car and then they hire it out.
Okay.
Maybe that's what he's doing.
Maybe that is.
I don't. Why am I backing this guy? He's probably a scumbag anyway, bro. But you know, just to talk about social housing and like that whole social trap in it. Like, I remember like when you went to public school, right? I said public, private, public school, bro. Yeah. So the same as us, bro. And you had people around you that their parents are on benefits, their grandparents on benefits, their uncles on benefits. Do you get me? Or you might even have family members like that. And I don't know. For us, we were on benefits for a small period of time. Yeah.
Yeah. So are we.
And that's the whole thing about benefits is a safety net, innit? Yeah. So to get you back on your feet to go and get a job, innit? Yeah. Well, bro, there's mans that are that's their life, bro. Yeah. And the issue here is for me is that
they don't want to change, bro.
No, but you know what it is, bro? It's like
why
they
should
have
I
a very narrow view of what life is, man. Yeah. Like how much you getting? Like £1,000 a month, £2,000, not even 2,000, and they give you just enough to survive, innit? Yeah. It's not that you make him. So obviously you're gonna have to do like some moonlighting or whatever, and you're living this life here where you could just go and get a job, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is, Mohammed, people who take social benefits are taking it for a reason. Yeah. What those reasons are, I don't know. Yeah. But don't take social benefits, but still do Uber. And still and still do.
I'm not talking about the legitimate ones.
No, but I'm saying
there's a lot of people that are legitimately.
I'm saying these people are saying they're not working.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So they're gaining benefits from the system or the government because they're saying they're not working, but then they are working cash in hand jobs on other people's names, this kind of stuff. They are doing those things, and they're living. I'm not joking to you, but they're living a good life. Yeah, a very very good life.
Holidays, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff.
But not everyone though. That's the thing. I would say that's a minority, bro. Yeah, a minority of people that are on social housing do that, but a lot of people that are on social housing, they're living hand to mouth, bro.
Yeah, honestly, but they're comfortable like that though.
I don't think so, bro. You know what? I've worked with kids, yeah. Like I even went to school with bro. They struggle, bro. Like sometimes they have to struggle what to eat. That bad. Like I remember we used to run a project called like a half-term project because so we'd run a course and we'd provide breakfast and lunch. Because their parents couldn't afford during the holidays to feed them, bro.
Yeah, because school dinners were there, weren't they?
And you might think that's what Marcus Rashford was kind of championing. Yeah. But we did it first. But anyway, yeah. No,
butchered his name, Raka.
My mouth is dry, bro.
Yeah, what did you just call him?
Marcus Rashford. But yeah, so now like there are people living hardships, man. Well, like honestly, like you don't. They're invisible. They might be on the bus with you. They might but they're going home and they might not be able to eat that day, bro. Yeah. Honestly, I was very very ignorant to that fact until I ran this project, and I was actually bro. There was one kid, bro. I remember he would take 4 or 5 biscuits and put it in his pocket, bro. Mm-hmm. But when I said to him, brother, you're right. He goes, no. He got embarrassed, yeah. And he goes, I'm taking on for my brother, bro. I was like, this is in London, man.
Where do you think this comes from, though? How do you think they get to this stage?
I would say
there's got to be a reason where people end up like that.
Of course, bro. There is a reason, man. Like, for example, single mums. Yeah. They struggle, bro. Like they've had, they've been in a relationship with someone. They've had kids. That person's left. Yeah, now she's left with the brunt of and a lot of them were single parent households, bro. Mm-hmm. That she's been left with the three kids.
Yeah, we see that a lot all the time.
You see it, bro. Yeah, or like for example, the dad's fallen ill, the mum's fallen ill, or the carers, bro. Like their mum's got severe disabilities, and they've had to go. They've had to actually look after the husband can't go and work. Because they've had to look after the mum. Like I'm talking about, like they can't walk or they've got multiple sclerosis or whatever it is.
So a lot of the problems obviously come from within the people themselves, isn't it? Yeah. So there's only so much social care can do to try and help 100%. Them as well. You see, but I mean, I know you're saying you're with the housing association or whatever yourself, but they do a lot you know, I know it might seem like they don't, but they do a lot for their residents, you know, in terms of repairs, you know, rent arrears and all this kind of stuff, you know, support, help, benefit help, letter writing, you know, all of this kind of stuff. You know, housing does a lot. There's the whole sector is so big.
But also, don't you think if it's not their job as well? There's certain things that, bro, honestly, the system is messed up, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'll give you an example, yeah? I remember when I first got married, yeah? So I was in social housing, yeah? And I was put in private accommodation first before I was given a permanent residence, yeah?
Yeah.
That private residence, the rent was astronomical, bro.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was done on purpose so that I would be eligible for housing benefit. So what would happen is the housing benefit would take part of the rent and I would work to get the other part. Now, if I worked more than a certain amount of hours, I wouldn't be eligible for the housing benefit. So I'm stuck in this kind of loop. Like, I want to work, I want to go out, but brother, I can't pay £1,500 a month. That's nuts for a 2-bedroom flat.
Yeah, because the system makes it like that, doesn't it?
It's messed up, bro.
Yeah, the system makes it like that. But the system is all the way across the board, bro. It's like that.
It's
even if you're
corrupt,
even if you're in a housing association place or, you know, or council place, whatever, then literally you've got everything to your disposal anyway, bro. I'm not joking with you. Like, we go around people's houses and change their light bulbs for them.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, bro.
Like, why are you going to do that? Like, you're going around people's houses because their shower curtains fallen off.
Bro, you're moving like a Tory, bro. You know that?
Who?
You.
Why?
Are you conservative? You're conservative, bro.
No. I'm Imran Khan all the way.
You're talking like what's it called? EDL, bro. What's going on?
No.
Coming over here, changing their light bulbs. No, but I see what you're saying. There's a balance, bro.
There's
a
balance.
Help.
I have curiosity, bro. Do you actually charge them to go and change their bulb?
You have to, bro.
They have to pay, yeah.
Bro.
You have to, bro. This is the guys.
That's why. That's why people are broke, bro.
No, but like, honestly, bro, is it someone who's able-bodied?
Yeah, of course they are.
And they can't change a light bulb, bro?
No.
Like,
And they make
kind of light
excuses
bulb?
like, I couldn't get the cover off, so I can't change the light
Oh,
bulb.
it's one of those shower ones.
Yeah,
That's
but-
a bit.
No, but even a normal pendant holder light bulb, people can't change it.
Rubre, I got that at home, fam. I changed it myself.
Yeah, I'm not saying, of course, bro. I've changed my ones. Do you see what I'm saying? But again, it's like,
Bro, we go around
ownership,
people's
innit?
houses and bleed their radiators.
Yeah, I love bleeding radiators, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It's
You
my
know, I did
favourite.
that once. I almost took off my own hand
Why?
because I bled it when it was hot.
Oh, the bakey water coming
bro,
out.
and then I had all. You know what's funny? I went to a wedding that day, and then I shook someone's hand. He said, "Oh, you got soft hands, bro." That day, I went home. I bled my heater, and my hand, got the whole hand, bro.
You got a problem with this Ain
Bro,
and
if it's
Juju
not
on you,
Ain,
innit?
bro, if that's not Ain, I
That's
don't know
Ain.
what is, bro.
No, that's
Shout out to Zaid.
Shout out to Zayd, exactly, bro.
that's
Bro, I burnt my whole
Bob,
hand.
tell him
bro.
about the time when you shook that hand, shook the guy's hand, and you found a surprise on your hand when you shook it.
Bro.
But he was so outraged, he called me. That's how outraged he was.
Well,
Bro,
what
I
happened?
shook his hand and I had residue of number 2 on my hands.
Oh my lord.
Bro, I thought it was chocolate fudge or something, bro. I smelled it, fam. I almost died. I almost killed myself, bro.
Bro, by the way, we see a lot of that as well, yeah? Like houses where people have desecrated all over the place, on the walls, everything. You name it. On the toilets, around it, everything. I don't want to spoil this podcast and spoil
There
people's...
was one time I'm in a cafe waiting for a coffee, bro, yeah? And then, so I've ordered my coffee, and then this homeless guy walks in. Yeah, he walks in, and he's walking slowly, like stumbling, yeah? But no one's stopping him. Do you understand? Like, he's just walking, he's stumbling into the... Not stumbling, but he's... Imagine, have you seen zombie films? When he's like that. He's bruv, he walks in. He walks right in front of me. So I'm in a line. He walks right past me. The smell of was on another level, bro. Yeah. He walks in front of me. Then he walks behind the counter. No one stopped him at this point. He walks behind the counter and he grabs... I think that it looked like a wine bottle, but I don't think it was wine because it's a coffee shop, yeah.
Probably olive oil. That,
I don't know. And then he gets, And then he just gets it.
That's probably the syrups. He's probably.
Oh, maybe.
It looked like wine bottle, but I doubt it was. Yeah, and he's walked right past me, and I've stopped him, and wherever I've put my hand, I looked at it, and it was brown, bro.
Why did you stop him?
Because he's trying to be a good civilian, isn't it?
Because most of the staff were female, yeah.
Yeah, but why are you trying to stop him? What's what do you view?
I don't know. It's just kind of an instinct, bro.
He's Muhammad.
No, it's just an instinct. I'm not a hero. I just thought, what's this guy doing, bro? Stop.
You
and then I was like, why did I
try to be Superman on that day?
Listen to this, bro. One time I went to the
let me finish the story.
Went to the
Okay,
camp with this
wait,
guy.
one second. We'll tell the story in a second. Let me finish, yeah? You know when you touch doo-doo with your hands at 8:30 in the morning, it's a wrap that day, bro. It's done.
Yeah, that day's over.
It's over, isn't it?
Yeah, that day's over.
It's like nothing's going to happen that day that is going to make you not think about you just had doo-doo in your hands.
Yeah, that day's over. That's finished.
It's I went home, bro.
Yeah.
I was coming to the office. I was like, no way. I went home. Got back into my bed. I was like, I'm done for the day. That's dude. If you touch doo-doo with your hand,
It's doo-doo, baby.
it's done for the day.
Brother, I went to the calf with this guy, bro.
Oh my God, that day, bro.
And then I goes to him, yo, listen, I need to go to the toilet, innit? So I went downstairs and it was some cave, bruv, yeah? I opened the door.
No, don't tell that story, bro.
I opened the door, bro. And there was a woman in there, yeah?
No, it's an older woman. Like
I'm
in her
talking
50s.
about old, bro.
Like 60s, probably.
And let's just say there was nothing left to the imagination. Like that,
She was in her birthday suit, basically.
Yeah. Then I was like, you know me, I'm very awkward, bro, yeah? So I went upstairs and I goes to Muhammad, yo, listen, let's go. And he's like, nah, man, I just ordered my thing, bro, like that. I was like, oh, bro. Next thing you know, bro. She's coming to serve me breakfast.
Oh my God.
I looked at her in the eyes, yeah. I was like, okay.
There was another time we were in a cafe. We were actually doing the refurb at Legion.
Yeah.
Remember we told you this story? When the guy comes in and he's like, he's looking to shoot up the whole shop.
Yeah, bro. It's got madness.
I mean, it's like, with this Algerian guy's cafe, we're eating. And this guy walks in and he's got no top on.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's shouting at this guy's Algerian, yeah? You don't shout at Algerians, bro.
He's shouting his order from the door,
He's
bro.
not just Algerian, he's from Algiers, bro. So that's another level, yeah?
Oh my God.
So he's shouting, he goes, hey, boss man. Da-da-da. He goes, hey, come in here and ask, what are you outside for? He goes, nah, man. Da-da-da. And then me and Zach are just like, he's just awkward, isn't it? Yeah.
We're having our omelets and that, right?
He's eating, yeah. And then we go in, and then he basically the Algerian guy's doing nothing to de-escalate the situation.
He's probably making it worse.
He's making it worse.
Bro.
He goes, I don't care who. What was he saying to him?
He said, bring everybody.
He goes, I'm gonna bring all my boys and they're gonna smash up your shop. He goes, I don't care. Bring your dad, bring your mom,
Bring your mom. Bring everybody.
bring everyone, man. I don't care. And we're like, don't say that, bro. So he's on the phone outside.
The guy?
Yeah, the guy's gone outside the shop. He's on the phone, yeah. So I said to him in Algerian, listen, we're here, don't worry, man.
But, bro,
I said to
tell
Zach,
him who
first
you
I said
called,
to Zach, first I said, bro, we're gonna have to die today, yeah, because we can't leave the guy. We can't just leave the guy
by himself.
He was on his own. So what'd you do in that situation, bro?
Earth. He called someone, bro.
Wait.
Bruv.
Wait, let me describe this guy. Yeah. So I said to the guy, don't worry, khalas. Like, we're here, inshallah, yeah, don't worry. Like, he goes, this guy is nothing, bro.
He comes all the time.
He said to him, Wallah, this is what he said to me, that is this with his hands, yeah. Wallahi al-azim, crocodile, then him. He goes, I don't have a crocodile in the shop than this guy.
Imagine he comes regularly. He does the same thing.
He does the same thing also. We didn't know he's a bit like loopy, innit?
Yeah.
So I'm looking outside and he's like, oh, I don't look outside. Bro, this guy, basically, he's an anorexic Slim Shady, bro. A white guy, skinny guy, bro, comes out and he's chatting to him.
Bro, I was shocked.
And he's like, bro, allow it, man. He's
They
probably had enough of it.
they stole the chair or something. They just
They
ran up
took
with
a
the chair.
They took a chair.
Where's the shop?
You know what Ali's Pizza and Co is?
Yeah.
Just down the road
Yeah.
from there.
Oh, okay.
It's called Burger something.
Yeah.
That brother was like, he just had enough that day, bro. He's like, I'm done. Do you get me? But anyway, so going back to the social, let's just smoothly go to this whole charity because obviously you're dealing with So how long you been? So okay, let me just line this up properly for you, bro. Yeah. So you've been involved in charity for as long as I've known you, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I don't want to gas you up and, and corrupt your intention. Yeah, I don't want to do that. But we have to tell the people, innit? Yeah. So I know you're involved in Al Noor Fund Day. I'm pretty sure there's other things you're involved that I don't know about. How did you get involved with Charity Right, and how long you been doing it?
So with Charity Right, they've existed for about 8 to 9 years now. So I got to know.
He's gone into charity voice now. Bro. You see what happened, bro?
Brothers and sisters.
Brothers. When he invited us to that Charity Right event, mashallah, it was a good event, yeah. Then he went on stage and says, "Brothers."
I don't do brothers. I'm not that Algerian in that camp.
No, you got a
brothers.
Switch, you got to switch.
You got to switch.
You got to switch though.
And you know what
got to
happened?
switch.
Yeah. You have a switch on your brain.
Yeah.
That switches from Cockney to charity.
Yeah.
To
football.
To football.
Yeah.
To
But you know what happens when Urfat chats? Yeah, this is what happens to your pocket. It goes, starts to vibrate.
Why?
And then the money starts coming out. It starts going out. You just
It's automatic.
Bro, you know what it is? You know what it is? You know when you're doing. I'm gonna try not to do it now.
Yeah,
Do you know when you're doing charity stuff?
Yeah.
You kind of talk to so many different people from all walks of life. Like I've been today in Harrow,
Yeah.
very affluent area at a school. Kids are coming to an extracurricular madrasa, and you can see all Teslas parked outside and all this stuff. So when you're talking to the parents outside, they don't want to be talked to like that, mate. You know, like, what? So do you do charity, mate? Have you ever given any money in charity? They don't want to be talking to like that.
Of course.
And I think to try and keep it like across the
Like a BBC newsreader, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
You gotta kind of like
you're not gonna offend anyone.
Yeah, you just gotta keep it like. Obviously, if I'm talking to my friends or something like that, I'm not gonna speak to them. But you know, funny enough, they do say that to me as well. They say, in fact, when you start talking about charity, you turn like serious. And the truth of it is, because to me, it is serious.
Yeah, serious.
It is serious to me, because what I don't want to do is I don't want to come across like as if I'm making a mockery or light of the situation that I know that I'm part of.
Yeah,
you understand?
exactly.
I'm trying to help that situation, not make it worse. And I think from the minute that you, not to say you can't laugh or joke, you could do all of those things. But I'm saying from the minute that you take it into the realms of a bit of a joke or a bit of a laugh or whatever, which you can do. I'm not saying you can't. It kind of goes into, well, you're not serious about it. So like, but you want me to be serious about it. So it's kind of like, it falls into, but
why are you bringing it down for now, bro?
But Zach's gone all quiet. He's gonna start crying. Zach, please don't.
You know why, bro? My money just started.
I was about to donate, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you now, I'm not leaving you here without any money. So this podcast ain't happening for free. There's money's got to change hands today. Yeah,
You got to make us a link, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna make
it. Ramadan, seriously, bro. Make us.
We'll get to the link part.
Okay,
in a second, inshallah.
But so, can I add something quickly before you kind of antalaq, like we said?
Antalaq, yeah.
Like, for me, it's more of a duty. Does that make sense? Like, that's for. I think sometimes we think it's. I hate the word charity has almost been stained a little bit. Yeah, and I think the word charity almost has that connotation of it's like, do it. It's good if you do it, but if you don't, it's fine. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't like that word. Mm-hmm. In the sense of what people call, like, it's your duty. You have to. You should. If you've got something, you should give it. Does that make sense? So. Let me get off my milk carton box, whatever. Yeah, but honestly, for me, it's always been that. Like, if you see someone in need, you should feel that it's your duty to help, innit? But yeah, sorry, go and carry on with the charity, right? So
the existence, like I said, it was 9 years, and I got involved with them. I think about 7-8 years ago when they did this this really unique thing where they did a race around Europe in cars. So what they did is got people to sponsor a car. 4 or 5 brothers jumped in that car, and they done a race around Europe, and the winner of that race wins a Porsche, which was donated by a very reputable company up in Yorkshire somewhere. And somebody obviously along that route obviously won that car.
So 1 second, there's 4 mans in the car, and only one guy wins the Porsche.
No, but the whole idea, the whole concept was that if they win the Porsche, they can either keep it amongst themselves, sell it, they could do whatever they want with it, innit? So it's their car. But I'll tell you what happened with that car.
Oh, go on.
I'll tell you what happened with that car later on. That's a different. Actually, I'll tell you what happened right now. So the people who won the car, the people who won the car. Actually, they're gonna hate me for saying this, but the people who won the car, they wrote the car off. Yeah.
What, on the way back?
No, they wrote the car off. They got it back. Everything was fine. So
Bro, how you writing off a Porsche like that? Bro?
So basically, one of the guys had the car in his safekeeping. He let his little cousin have a little test drive around the block. He took it to the first traffic light, and before you know it, the back spun out, and he wrote the car off.
What kind of Porsche was it, bro?
It was a Porsche Boxster.
Oh,
It was a Boxster, yeah.
Was it with the whale fin?
Yeah.
Mm.
So he wrote the car off, and he wasn't insured or nothing.
It wasn't insured.
No, I wasn't insured.
But that's what happens when you give 4 people a car, isn't it?
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it would have been better off to give it to one
It's just
person.
one guy, you. That's your car.
Because
yeah?
you're insured.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
But because all 4 of them can say, well, I'm not insured.
Exactly.
I'm not insured.
Exactly. Oh, I thought you insured it. No, I thought you insured it.
Oh, bro.
How long after they won it did they
I think
write
it
it
was
off?
about 3-4 months later.
Oh my god, what a shame.
Yeah.
Did they get money for it? And they could have donated that money, bro.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they did. So that's how really I got to know those brothers. And then
did you go on that trip as well?
No. So how I got to know them was one of the brothers who was going in one of the cars. He said to me, bro, could you help me? Because I was fundraising before for other organizations, other charities before, obviously working with Al-Noor, Jimas and all these guys.
That's right, Jimas.
Yeah, so with these guys, was doing all this stuff anyway. So I helped him fundraise. Alhamdulillah, I got to know the brothers who were behind the whole thing. So then they kept on saying to me, look, bro, mashallah, you raised a lot of money. Why don't you come get involved with the charity and this and that and the other? And I all the time used to say, no, bro, I'm not gonna, because I'm working with a different charity. I'm working with Al-Noor and whatever. I ain't got time for this. And I kind of always used to put it off. And then in 2014, I went to Hajj with Sheikh Tawfiq. And Qadarallah, Sheikh Tawfiq
Chowdhury.
Yeah, he ended up in my room with me. And I can still remember that day when Sheikh Tawfiq was sitting in the room with me. And I think someone already prepped him before that Urfat's going to be in the room with you. So what he did is he kind of got me on a V moment. You know, those vulnerable moments. You know, that vulnerable moment we spoke about before, you know, when Hajj is finished.
You know,
You're really emotional. Right. So we're sitting in the room and Sheikh Tawfiq sitting on the bed. He said, he just came up to me and goes, so Urfat, what are you doing with your life?
And
when he said that to me, I thought, I said, Sheikh, what do you mean? He said, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing? What legacy are you going to leave behind?
Oh, no.
What are people going to remember you for?
Did you have a mic on, bro?
No. And when he said all this, and I thought, he's gonna annihilate me now.
London Absa.
But you know, but the funny thing was, he didn't. He said, look, you know what? I know there's people like you out there that can do a lot for Allah and His deen. So because of that reason, I'm going to give you this one opportunity. Why don't you come and get involved with charity, right? Look, we're helping feed children. It's not a complicated thing.
Yeah.
You're raising money to feed children. And you know what? When he said that to me at the time, obviously my iman was high. I just finished Hajj. I thought, you know what? You're right. There's something about this. There's something about this. So anyway, lo and behold, I came back. I got hold of Sajjad and Azim and these guys, sat down and just one thing after the other. You know, we kind of we helped out with a few events, and then just got acquainted with each other, and that's it. We just started raising money. But alhamdulillah, you know, a lot of people, they do say this, and a lot of people do think it. So I'll kind of make it clear right now. So it's on a podcast so that everyone understands. We're not paid by the charity. You know, we don't get one penny from the charity. We're just volunteers. That's all we are. We everything we do and everything we give for the charity, for Allah's sake and Allah's sake only. Yeah, not for the people, not for anyone else. For Allah's sake, we do everything for charity. And alhamdulillah, for that reason, I'm a firm believer that Allah is merciful to me and merciful to anyone around us who does this kind of work. Whoever's getting paid for what they do is between them and Allah. How they justify what they don't do is between them and Allah. It's got nothing to do with me.
So even admin and everything, everyone, I'm sure you got core costs that you have to keep the...
No, the charity has got obviously a CEO and obviously people that work in admin, marketing, all that kind of stuff at head office. Them guys are all paid. But anyone that's directly associated with me and with London that raises money for charity, right? And alhamdulillah, we are probably, by the mercy of Allah, we're the highest fundraisers within Charity Right alone. So the London team, and those people are my family, my wife, my children, Harris, and a few other brothers.
All right, you've flopped it now, bro.
Why?
Because you've not mentioned a few people now. They're gonna catch feelings, bro.
No, bro.
Muhammad Jakaria.
Muhammad Jakaria, yeah.
Abdullah.
Yeah.
Tokir.
No, there is, bro. Look, I can't mention everyone's names,
Yeah.
but obviously there's.
You know who you are.
Yeah, everyone knows who they are. Everyone knows what they've done for the charity and what support and help they've given. So we're basically Charity Right, just to give you a little background on it. We're a charity that doesn't dig wells. Okay, we're a charity that don't build mosques, don't build orphanages. And I know a lot of people say to us, "Oh, bro, man, you don't even dig wells, man. Oh, bro, you doing anything in Palestine? Bro, you doing anything in Syria?" No, because we're not a relief charity. We don't do relief work. We don't go to war-torn countries and do relief work. What we do is when the people who do relief work, and Allah Mabarak, there's mashallah some fantastic charities out there that do this kind of stuff. Loads and loads of them. You probably see them in Ramadan more so than any other time. These charities do that work. What we do is the work that happens afterwards. When those charities are gone, we do the work after that, which is we go in and we support those families and those children with food packs or food on a regular basis. So we don't bring on a child into the charity that we give them food, take pictures with them, make, feeds and then, on Instagram, whatever, and we walk away. No, we take that child from infancy all the way to adulthood, all the way through.
That's good.
And how we do that is we provide meals in schools. Okay. So the sustainable product program for us is that we open schools in these areas, which are areas where hardly anyone goes. So in the remote areas of Sudan, like I told you before,
Yeah.
in those areas where there's still mud huts, where people have been living for 50, 60 years after the wars in Ethiopia, Eritrea and all those countries. And these are all the refugees that have come and resided there. So these are the kind of people we help. These people who have got no schooling and nothing else. So we've gone there, opened up schools. We incite those children to come to those schools by providing them food. Because when they're at home, they ain't getting no food. There's no food going to come there. So the only way they're going to get any food is if they walk 2 miles, 3 miles, sometimes 10, 15 miles to go to a school, have education, and as well as have 2 or 3 meals a day. And the meals themselves, Muhammad.
So they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yes.
Okay.
So and we've got full-time cooks that cook on site.
What kind of food are they getting?
So I was going to come to that. We also, one of the things that we do, because we only do meals, so we want to strive for excellence with meals. Okay, we don't want to just go there and say, right, okay, just give everyone rice, give everyone oil. We don't want to do that. So what we do BMIs on
What's
all the.
that?
We do,
Body mass.
yes.
Okay,
So all the kids are checked, so you can see roughly in those areas what nutritions they're lacking. Yeah. So then from that we can determine whether it's they need rice, they need lentils, do they need milk, do they need water, do they whatever they need. Inshallah, that is the nutritional meal that we provide to those children and to their families. That's how we provide it. We don't just give them a blanket, meal pack and say, look, here, take this, and that's going to work for you.
So why did you guys decide to do that then? Like, why did you have this approach?
Yeah, why food?
No. So instead of giving them a generic pack with like say rice, oil, why did you choose this specific route?
Because our focus generally is on children and getting them to school. You can see a lot of the children, they're malnourished. They're malnourished for a reason. So there's loads of sun. So they're not going to get a lack of vitamin D, are they? So then there is certain things that the doctors, when they originally went out there, because we took doctors in the beginning.
Right.
So when the doctors first went out there, they saw that these are the nutritional needs that these children will need. Because, bro, some of these children have never seen milk.
Wow.
They've never seen milk. They don't even know what milk is.
So what do they drink?
Bro, water. Nothing
Don't they have
else.
livestock? No livestock, nothing.
Nothing. In Sudan, there's hardly any livestock. Bro, the only livestock you see in Sudan is probably in places like Kassala, not in the camp areas, you don't see them. Or you'll see livestock that have probably been brought down to the camps and they've died on the way. And you just see corpses on the floor. That's all you see.
Bare desert and
Yeah.
hot.
Why?
It's baking hot. It's desert land. All of the crop areas or the areas where
infertile
agriculture,
kind of
it's infertile. Or the rich Sudanese, they've cultivated the land, taken the money, and they've gone. So the only food that these guys were getting at the time is, you know, the residue of the wheat that was left behind that they were picking, making into their own into food themselves and bringing it back into their camps. That's it. That's all they were getting. But you got to remember, Muhammad, that a lot of these children from 8 years ago till now, a lot of them, alhamdulillah, have grown up. But the beauty of it is a lot of them are doing Islamic studies as well as Quranic studies, memorizing Quran. We have hundreds and hundreds of Huffaz that have come out of the camps of Sudan, who their parents, because those places have food in their schools, their parents are coming from 20, 30 miles away from different camps and leaving them at their schools and saying, look, Sheikh, you just look after them. I'm leaving them here. So those schools turned into orphanages. So now those children live on site. And you know, one of the beautiful things, I know I'm touching on Sudan quite a bit, but it kind of touches my heart when I talk about Sudan, because they don't have Qur'ans. They actually are memorizing the Qur'an by writing it on the wood. On the wood.
But that's like the traditional way to
traditional
do it,
way of learning, yeah. And that's how they learn in Qur'an. But alhamdulillah, the charity as well, with some of the ambassadors and stuff, they've got people that have come in and said, look, if these children do memorize Quran, then their education from college and university onwards will be free from the government. They'll provide that for them, which is, again, like I said, is a sustainable product that these guys can go away, study, get education, and come back and with money or whatever help those people back there. But again, Muhammad, a lot of this.
You might want to break your fast, bro.
Is it time?
It's time.
It's 7:40.
Oh.
Talking about food, mashallah, and we
No. Let's go. There you go. Zach, you got dates? You got dates, yeah? This is exclusive, bro.
First one, yeah?
First one, bro. Bismillah. Yeah.
Jazakallah khair. You one that breaks it open? Are you the person that breaks the date all open?
No, I'll bite into it, bro.
Say no. How'd you want?
These are my ones, bro. The jewels are the best one, bro.
Can't go wrong with it.
Another one. It makes wonderful audio.
Yeah, it does actually, yeah.
Let's talk about these dates, bro. Yefa dates from Palestine, bro. MashaAllah. Bro, you know, when I used to have Deglet Noor. Know Deglet Noor?
No.
It's like a specific date from Algeria. I think Degla means like
It's proper.
it's like sugar, bro. I don't really. Well, I'm gonna get rinsed, bro. Yeah.
They're wet, bro.
But I don't really like them, bro.
You don't?
Nah, not Deglet Noor. Anyway, like those type of like sugary. But when I tasted this one, I never used to eat dates.
mashallah, you know.
They're very nice.
They're very nice.
Majul is like, they call it the king of dates, isn't it?
Mohammed gets the Israeli ones.
Astaghfirullah, bro.
Does he?
No.
Bro, I went to his fridge, bro, full of Israeli dates.
No, I don't believe that.
It's from the actual IDF soldiers as well. He ordered it straight from them.
Astaghfirullah.
Do you actually like look out for that kind of stuff, yeah?
What? No. Bro, how can we buy dates?
No. Do you actually, when you see dates, do you actually look at it and see, hold on, does it say it's made in Israel?
Yeah. As in to buy it.
Yeah.
But I've never bought dates from a supermarket.
Don't even try it, bro. This guy's trying to defame me. I don't buy Israeli dates, bro.
No, do you? I didn't say that.
He's saying that.
No, I know he's saying it, but I'm saying, do you actually look at the dates when you're buying them and see, does it say?
I only buy dates that I know are not Israeli dates, bro.
Okay.
What about you? What are you laughing at?
Hey, listen, before people start to believe it, I'm joking. It doesn't.
This guy, bro. I only buy. There's two. There's Yefa, and then there's
What's the other one, man?
the one I get a massive box. You know the ones that.
Yeah. The
main
What
one,
they
bro.
called, man?
Ajwa.
No, bro.
No,
you see,
the company.
The Majul dates.
Majdud
but-
by
What are they called, man?
Charity right. Let's just say it's charity right.
yeah, just say it's charity. Right?
We're gonna have to pause it here, bro, and carry on. Pray Maghrib, innit?
Yeah.
All right. Let's pause. We'll come back. We're going to pray Maghrib and come back. And we're back. Broke our fast, prayed. Alhamdulillah, this is
The first.
the first one, yeah.
Yeah.
It's day one of Ramadan as well. So inshallah, bring more barakah, inshallah, bro.
Inshallah.
So if you were saying, about Sudan, like it was very close to your heart and stuff.
Yeah.
But give me your first impressions when you first went abroad. And we talked about this before, but if you can just elaborate on this, on the level of poverty and your experience with that, and how did that affect you, and so on.
So firstly, Muhammad, I would definitely say that everyone in their lifetime, Muslim or non-Muslim, should go and experience something like that for themselves. Only because it will open your eyes to the reality of life that, you do not appreciate, or you could never appreciate everything or even the most smallest thing that you have in your life until you see someone who, has it, probably never seen it or never even heard of it.
Give me an example, bro.
And I'll give you an example of that is that, being obviously a Pakistani origin myself, been to Pakistan loads of times, yeah? You think of Pakistan as being like an okay, so affluent country, it's got money, business, there's industry, there's a lot going on in Pakistan. But I never ever thought there would be, I knew there was poverty, definitely, there would be everywhere. Okay, there's even poverty here.
Yeah.
Okay, but I didn't think there would be extreme poverty to the way I saw it. And that is like going to a place called Tar, just on the outsides of Karachi, where there's people there who had never ever seen a plane. They don't even know what a plane is. They didn't even know who the prime minister of the country was, because they don't have radio, TV, newspapers. They don't have any of that stuff. So when you see, I know that doesn't sort of equate to extreme poverty only, but they don't have water for miles. They don't have any food. The only food that they have is what they get from handouts. That's it. There's not even a place for the men to go and work. That's how difficult it is. So it kind of opens your eyes when you're there yourself and you see these children, with some of the children with their stomachs, full of air and gas, and they're extremely, big in size, but the legs are really, 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 really thin and shrunk, and the rest of their bodies are shrunk. You
talk us through their day to day, bro, man.
But you couldn't. It's just those kids bro, at the end of the day, they have Allah, and most of those people, if you try to talk to them and try to help them, the one thing that a lot of them say, and it doesn't matter whether they're there or they're in any country, the ones I've experienced, they all say the same thing. They say that, you know what? We have Allah. We have survived this long because of Allah, and we will survive till Allah wants us to survive. If Allah doesn't send you, Allah will send someone else. You need to be the one that's thankful to Allah.
Shut up, Google, man. Is that your Google or my Google? Sorry, man. Let me just put it on something. Go on, carry on.
They say to us that you are the ones that need to understand that Allah's put you in that situation, not us. Because we're in the situation we're in, and Allah's going to look after us. But you are the ones who have got the money. You are the ones that are living a good life. And it's whether you want to separate yourself away from that life and that dunya and everything, that all the glitz and the glamour that it comes with, and want to give back something in return to something that Allah has asked you to do. And this is a little bit, sometimes a bit hard to understand, but there's a reason why. There's a reason why Allah has emphasized to His creation about feeding the poor. There's a reason why that is. There's a reason why the people of Jahannam will be asked, why did they enter Jahannam? Amongst many other things that they will say that they did not do in terms of their religion. But one of the prominent things they will say is that we were not from people who fed the poor. We didn't feed the poor. Now, if Allah is giving you this opportunity to give sadaqah, then what's holding you back? Why are you sitting there right now thinking, I can't give? Why is it such a hard thing for someone to think, I can't give 50 pence or a pound? And look, there are, alhamdulillah, there's very rich Muslims around the world who do give. There's no doubt. And there's people who are not, sort of mega rich, but they also give. There are people out there. But there are some that think, you know what, I can't. Because they have this feeling inside them that stops them, because they're thinking, if I give this now, I'm gonna struggle myself. But when I'm not the one promising it to you, I'm not the one saying to you, Muhammad, look, if you give, £50 towards this child's food for for 6 months of its living, that I'm going to return something to you, or I'm going to give you £100 back at the end of the month. I'm not doing that to you. This is coming from the Lord who you pray to, the one that you worship. He's the one saying it to you, not me. He's the one that's going to give you this in abundance back to you, not me. So yes, maybe I may be the means to ask, but ultimately it's going to come from Allah.
But also, I can't remember where I read somewhere, it says that maybe you've been blocked from giving money.
Yes, some people are. Genuinely, some people
you
are. You
don't deserve to give money.
Yeah, some people genuinely are. Muhammad, look, I've been in fundraisers where you're in an audience and you may have 300 people there, and you're asking them, you're appealing to them for, Ramadan time, to asking, because, in Ramadan time, the charity, we go to different masajid and ask, do donation collecting and stuff like that. So you're standing in an audience and you're asking for money, and no one is being receptive to it. Maybe because they don't want to do it in the open. We understand that. Yeah. It's not a problem. Okay. And maybe, they wanted to keep everything secret and, just give it to you behind the scenes. That's not a problem whatsoever. But then there's also people who should encourage others, put their hands up or whatever means the charity is using. Use that medium, to encourage others. But brother, wallahi, I've been in places where we've been asking for 15 minutes and no one's putting their hand up. And by Allah, we've left the stage and we've gone off. We've gone to the back, and you'll have one guy, which we had a few years ago in a masjid in Slough. He said, brother, I was just making wudu. I didn't hear everything you said because I wasn't in the hall. But I heard you say there's an orphanage in Bangladesh for orphan girls. How many girls are there? We said about 300 girls. He said, how much does it cost to run the whole school for the entire year? We said we was asking for £12,000. He said, brother, I'll give you the whole £12,000.
MashaAllah.
Allahu Akbar. You see, when Allah wants you for it to come through you, it doesn't matter whether you're in the hall or whether you're on the other end of a line. It doesn't matter. Allah knows that you are the one that's going to give it. Alhamdulillah, the following week we went back. He gave us the full £12,000 and said, look, this is for the school. And he said, but what I want you to do also is every year, I want you to let me know about this school. Because inshallah, I would look after this school. Wallahi, we don't know who he is, where he's come from, what business he's got, where he acquires his wealth, but this is what he wants to do. And what I'm trying to get at is that Allah has chosen its people. Whether you like to be chosen or not, Allah has chosen its people. There are people that are going to work in Allah's cause, and there are hundreds, if not thousands, in the charity sector. And I know there's a lot of people that have got this kind of stereotypical thought process that, look, they're taking big wages and they do. Akhi, wallahi, you need to see some of the work that they do. Sitting on your couch, thinking that such and such person is standing in a country, I don't know, say in Sudan or Lebanon or whatever, and he's got all the creature comforts of your sofa, your Sky sports channels and everything. He hasn't.
But also sometimes the easiest thing is to donate.
Yeah. The easiest thing is to donate.
The easiest thing.
Yeah.
Instead of catching a plane, going there, doing all the due diligence, and also have the responsibility of your neck to make sure that money goes
100%.
in. The easiest thing is just to give the money, bro.
Muhammad, I'm not lying. There's a lot of people, when you go to a lot of these deployments, one of the first things that is spoken about, I know definitely spoken about it with charity, right, is that is about your niyyah, your intention.
Yeah.
Why are you here? If you've come there because you just want a holiday, then you're in the wrong place. So your intention checking is done from the beginning.
Yeah.
So once your intention checking is done and you're there for that purpose and that reason, everything else, alhamdulillah, just falls kind of hand in hand with everything that you're doing. And ultimately, no one's doing it for, Allah knows best whether people are or not. I personally don't think, and even from the whole football scenario, I did say to you, like, I don't like to be one of those people that's always pointing fingers at people. I think we need to be an ummah of people that encourages each other, helps each other, not always pointing fingers at each other. And these people, when they go out there, they take their own time, holidays from work or whatever they're doing, their businesses or whatever. They use their own money. They go out to these places because they truly want to make a change in someone's life. And ultimately, you know what they want to do? And this is a thing that everyone overlooks. They want to make a change in their own lives. Because what they're not going to do is only going to give the food pack and walk away from it. No, they're making an investment for their akhirah. You said earlier on that you don't like the word charity. Nor do I. I don't like the word charity because it gives it this kind of like we said earlier on, we was talking off air about, this begging kind of thing.
Yeah.
But this is not that. This is an investment. This is truly an investment. It's not just an investment for the person you're giving it to, but it's an investment for you. Because these small things, they'll change your life. And these small investments are those investments that when you meet Allah, and truly everyone's going to meet Allah one day. When you meet Allah, these investments are what's going to count.
Yeah, when you cash it in, bro.
Yeah, these investments will count. Because otherwise, you'll be sitting there, like I said, on the couch, thinking that, you know what, why is he doing that? Why is he on Instagram? Why is he doing this? Why? And that is where it comes down to where, Allah has put a block on certain people and they just can't go because their mindset doesn't let them get involved. Their mindset doesn't let them get involved. It's that easy, Muhammad, it's that easy for us three right now to leave here and go to a local restaurant. Just open our fast, go to a restaurant, have a meal to eat. Okay, and one of us will turn around and say, or maybe all of us, you know what? I got the bill on this one.
Yeah.
I got the bill on this one. I got the bill. Bro, how easy is it to do that? You tell me yourself, how easy is it? Very easy. But how easy is it to say that, you know what? For this month, I ain't going out for a meal. I ain't going out for a meal with anybody because my 20, 30, 40, 50 pound I'm gonna use for that meal. I'm gonna give it to a child who possibly could get trafficked, abducted for body parts, or all types of things, sold, to for someone from a different country. You're gonna give up that money for that person or for that child. And you're going to change that the circle, that cycle of life that child's going through. You're going to change that. And bro, £120 to look after a child in any of those countries that I mentioned to you, to give them meals for the entire year, it's not a lot of money, bro. Work it out in coffees.
Yeah.
Work it out in coffees. It's not a lot of money. And we're spending it all the time. So everyone, I was talking to a brother the other day. It goes back to the sort of gym life and stuff. Yeah, and he was saying to me, "Oh, bro, you know what? I've been going to the gym and I've been putting the weights in and all this kind of stuff. And I've been eating this supplement and that supplement. And my food intake's gone up. And I spend about like £35 a day on my food." And I'm looking at him thinking, like, you are so excited by what you're doing to yourself. Could you imagine if you put even a little bit of that excitement into helping someone else? Where you could take that. But that's the thing, isn't it? It's sometimes easier to lift the weight, a dead weight off the floor, but lift the weight of shaitan from your head to get him out of your head to think that, you know what, I'm not going to go into poverty. That's the weight everyone needs to lift. That's the major weight. Get that weight off your head and think, you know what, I'm going to make a change.
What's funny is that we've seen it across the world, bro. Like, for example, Syria. Yeah. They were a developed country, bro. It's not, Syria had a civilization way before any country in the West. Damascus, bro. If you look back at the civilization.
Yeah.
And the civilization that came and went. Iraq. They call it the what's it called? The crucible, was it? The crucible of civilization or something like that, yeah. Now you look at Syria, one night they were just normal. Next day, they were refugees, bro. It happened like that.
Yeah.
Ukraine.
Yeah.
Look at Ukraine now.
Yeah. You ask any European right now that comes out of those areas and you ask them that, did you ever think this could happen there.
Yeah.
And they say no.
So it could happen to anyone, bro. Like, I'll give you an example. This cost of living crisis, bro.
Yeah.
They're saying, what, £600 increase in energy prices now, and another £600 in October. That's £1,200. That's gone up. Now, there's some people that were living on the line. Now, that's pushed them into poverty now, bro.
Yeah.
Relative poverty.
So Mohammed,
Yeah?
you know, just going on to that, I remember a few years ago when NZF first came out, National Zakat Foundation, when they first came out, because they're directly affiliated with charity, right? Because they come from the same sort of root source, from Sheikh Tawfiq and stuff.
Yeah.
People were saying, when we was promoting it, people were saying, oh, bro, why are we giving zakat in the UK?
Yeah.
What's the reason for giving zakat in the UK, bro? There's benefits here. There's everything here. Why do we need to give zakat here? Now, go and ask that question. Go and ask that question to those people who are on the poverty line now, who can't pay their bills, who can't give their kids a meal, 2 or 3 meals a day. Go and ask those people now. And there's going to be a lot more of them. There's going to be a lot more of them coming up now.
100%.
I mean, the charity was giving out in the infancy years, 2 to 3 million pounds in zakat within the UK. I mean, they're like a £5 million charity now. Could you imagine where they're going to be in the next 2 to 3 years with all of these, the fuel crisis right now? Where they're going to be?
It's crazy, bro.
So that's why, this is the reason why Allah, in His wisdom, and this is why our religion, mashallah, is so beautiful, is these things were thought about 1400 years ago, where things like zakat were there for a reason. Why sadaqah is seen as something so big.
Bro, they went to war over zakat.
That's right.
They went to war over it because I remember when the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam passed away, there's a tribe of the Arabs that they said that we only pay zakat to Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
Yes, right.
And Abu Bakr Siddiq, may Allah have mercy on him, said, I will go to war on this one because this is something that Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam personally, who am I to that's number one. Number two, it's one of the 5 pillars. But what's interesting is when you look at poverty, wherever you see poverty, you'll see the opposite. Like you see people exploiting.
Yeah.
So, for example, you look at what's happening in the pandemic. Yeah, a lot of people have been pushed into poverty, but a hell of a lot of people made so much money.
Yeah.
Like I heard that there's been, I can't remember how many countless billionaires made in the whole pandemic.
Yeah, the millionaires became billionaires, didn't they?
You look at, but I'm sure in Sudan, you look, there's a humanitarian crisis. I'm sure if you follow the money, you'll find, and I was listening to LBC this morning, and they were talking about aid, so they were saying, why should we give aid to Pakistan? Why should we give aid to, they named a few other countries, because they're not being outspoken against Russia, because of this whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
So, for I used to think, why do countries give aid? I remember when Bangladesh gave aid to, I can't remember which, Bangladesh, bro. Can you imagine? I remember reading, I think it was some European country. Oh, it was when
the fire, the citadel or something, or the
it was
church
the Notre Dame, fire in France, bro. They gave aid, bro.
Yeah, that's right.
If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if it's back. Don't quote me on this, but I know it was a country that had their own issues. But anyway, like they were talking about humanitarian. So they were like, why people give, why countries give humanitarian aid? It's a form of control, bro.
Yeah, it's a political game.
Yeah, because you say we're going to give you this much, but you have to do X, Y, and Z. So it's not really humanitarian. And what will happen is that money that they give, that has to be distributed by certain charities.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? Those charities are the ones that, so it becomes an industry now.
Yeah.
You think 150 billion given to this or 10 billion given to that, 1 million, 500 million given here. You think to yourself, where does this money go? But this money is being spent for the interest of that country, man.
Mm-hmm.
So if America gives aid to somewhere, it's because it wants a controlling interest in that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you see, like you think to yourself, subhanAllah, bruv, how is it that this is the most advanced we've been in the history of the humanity, and we haven't solved something as simple as hunger, bro?
Yeah. It's true. It's sometimes
It's nuts, bro.
Yeah,
Elon Musk recently, come on, can you bring up the article? Bro, he called, like, I don't know what the guy's about, but one guy tweeted, he said, if you just paid your taxes, yeah, with the taxes that you pay, we'd be able to eradicate world hunger. It was like something like 6 billion or something.
Wow.
And then he goes, right, okay, I'll give you 6 billion. How are you going to solve world hunger, bro? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, because it's not just money, innit? Like, money can help. Like, for example, what Charity are doing, it's gonna benefit those kids, and it's much needed. Does that make sense? But you got to look what needs to change in us in the world. Like you said, bro, how is it that you can't? It's a mentality, bro.
It's the mentality thing. But the thing is, I think a lot of people don't understand as well is that we I don't know whether the right word to use is claim, but we say that we are, believers in Allah, and we use, our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as our guidance. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, if that is our guidance, then why don't we use him to guide us?
Yeah.
Did the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam never give in charity? Did he never help the poor or the needy? Of course he did.
Can I ask a question though? You went to Pakistan, yeah? Those people that were living in the desert, you were saying, yeah? Not in the desert, but what was that place called again?
Thari, yeah.
Thar.
It's a desert.
Yes, a desert, yeah. Why aren't the Pakistani government helping them?
Bro, the truth of it is that
I know it's a very simplistic question, bro, yeah?
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's got a very complex answer.
No, I don't think
maybe
it's
I'm being naive, innit? Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's complex. I think Pakistan as a country has got its own sort of inner conflict within the sort of political parties.
But that's not politics though. It's people starving, isn't it?
Yeah, but the problem is that when you're not affiliated to a certain area, I'll give you an example, yeah? The governments in this country, they have strongholds in certain areas of this country, don't they, yeah? So you'll see that those areas will always be the ones that are part of that party will be the affluent areas.
Like Tories and Labour.
Yeah. So the roads will always be the best. The signboarding will be the best. The road cleanliness will be the best. The housing will be the best. It'll always be like that. And everything else will kind of like be left to the back burners, you see. Very similar kind of thing. They are helping to a certain degree, but how much are they helping? What political gain is it giving them? Not much really, is it? So if you're
it's naive to think everything is centralized, isn't it?
Yes,
it doesn't come from central government all the time, bro.
No,
it's not like a dictatorship. We're not even a dictator. You'd have to have a dictatorship to run it like that.
Yeah, that's right.
Like you push one button and it works. But we know that in countries, especially as big as Pakistan, sometimes you look at some provinces, Imran Khan's got no say in it, bro. In a sense of like locally, like how things get done locally.
Yeah, I mean, if we say that, I mean, Dhaka is the capital city of Bangladesh.
Yeah.
When you come out of Dhaka airport, which is very, very affluent, there's slums that spread about 6-7 miles just outside the airport. So now we have to ask ourselves this question: how can the government allow that to happen?
It's crazy.
Why?
I don't know, bro.
Why is there young girls that get picked up off the streets? Why is there kids who are like 3 years old cleaners on roads? Why? What is the gain in that? But this is the thing, isn't it? Not anyone is going to be able to change everything.
Yeah, of course.
But everyone can change something.
But look at in England. Yeah. How have they got to the point where there's a minimum poverty, right? You're not going to see someone who's starving. There's going to be, you could go in any charity or walk into, there's cafes there. If you say you're homeless, they'll feed you, bro.
They'll feed you, yeah.
There's food banks, bro.
There's food banks. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? I'm not saying it's perfect, yeah? But you're not going to find someone out here. Who's going to starve to death, bro.
Yeah, but that's because this country's it's a benefit state, isn't it?
This is it. Yeah. So Bangladesh, Pakistan, especially Muslim countries, and a lot of Muslim countries are like the natural resources. It's funny when you look at a lot of the countries that are poor have got a lot of natural resources, bro.
Yeah, but where's all that natural resource? It's been sold off to the powers above.
And then they talk about colonialism happened. Like I was watching something the other day about the East India Company. Have you heard of it?
No,
bro. The most corrupt they basically
They sell gunpowder and all that.
gunpowder, tea.
Tea.
Look into it, bro.
Yeah, I want to look into it.
And these people, like, did they, any sort of conflict, they're behind it.
Wow.
So
Especially in Africa.
in Africa, like gold, diamonds, gunpowder, tea,
China with tea.
like all the major trade routes, but they've got their fingers in it. But they used to, the king in England he used to owe them money, bruv.
Biggest pirate, bro.
Wow.
So and these people, like slavery, all this stuff.
Where they're based?
Bruv, in
In Greenwich somewhere.
no, East
Yeah.
India Dock, bruv. East India Docks.
In Greenwich, there's a whole.
So that whole thing is theirs, is it?
So it's in Wapping, Wapping,
Wapping, yeah.
those areas, bro.
in Greenwich, there's a whole museum about the East Indian Ducks.
Yeah, I don't know. So I just watched a documentary the other day about it.
I go there quite a lot.
But the history behind that company, if you look into it and their roots, I'll give you an example.
There's that show Taboo.
That's right.
East India Ducks.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Lehman Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Lehman Brothers was a bank. Yeah?
Yeah.
You know how they made their money? Slavery, bro. That's how, like, we forget, like, I'm sure there's companies now that have been around for, if you look at the companies that have been around for 200-300 years,
Yeah, they must have started with something.
they must have started somewhere, like, their money's tainted, innit?
Yeah.
I read the other day that, I know we're kind of diverting a little bit, but when slavery was abolished, yeah, England, the people that owned slaves, they actually gave them, what's the word? Compensation, bro.
Wow.
Because they've made it illegal. They say, oh, you can't make money on it. Now we're going to give you a compensation. And I think it's in 2012. When
That's probably their way of saying sorry, isn't it?
Can you imagine? Not the slaves, bro. They give the slave owners compensation, bro. Do you see what I'm saying? So, and then let alone, you look at, for example, Sudan. Sudan was part of the British Empire, bro. Right?
Yeah.
They fought against them. They fought for there's a famous film about.
Most of those countries are in the same boat when it comes to that kind of stuff. But the thing is that,
What do you mean?
they're all part of the British
Yeah,
Empire.
yeah.
weren't
If you
they?
look
Yeah.
at Bangladesh, Pakistan,
Yeah.
India, who else? Where else did you go? Yemen. Yemen was
Yeah.
part of they colonized Yemen for a little bit.
For a little bit, yeah.
Where else?
I don't think they went in. I don't think they were in part of Somalia, were they? We're working.
I know
in,
Kenya.
what about
Definitely.
Malawi.
Yeah, probably Malawi, Zimbabwe. Anyway, they speak English. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, name me one country that England have gone in and colonized that is better off now?
Probably zero.
Maybe Canada, but Canada's kind of a weird one. Name me one country that could.
If I'm trying to think, I can't think of any.
There's Canada, Florida, British Guyana,
No, that's
Barbados,
better. That's
Gambia,
better.
Gold Coast, Southwest Africa, Rhodesia, Uganda, Kenya, Sudan, Egypt, India, Burma, Brunei, Singapore, Malaya, Hong Kong. Well,
Malawi.
There's.
So think about this, yeah, and
That's embarrassing, bro.
and then they get confused when they went to Jamaica. They told them to bun your life.
Tell them to get out.
Get out,
Yeah.
blood. They're like, huh? How come?
What do you mean? Why? I'm cool.
Bro, you know when I saw that, I actually thought, whoa, wow. At least someone stood up for their rights.
That's a
isn't
big
it?
thing, bro. And
It's a
who
big
else? Who
statement.
else was Jamaica? Who else were? Who got? I think it's Barbados that cut their ties from the Commonwealth. I can't remember. But bro, it's about time, bro.
Yeah.
And you be like, but they're still making money off it now. I wonder how this Commonwealth thing. Do they pay a fee, like a membership fee or
There
something?
probably must be a membership fee, yeah.
Like
gotta
a
be.
certain percentage of the GDP goes to the crown or something, bro.
Probably, yeah.
So you look, so obviously, like, and you look at Muslim countries, for example, where Islam was, it's only improved, bruv. If you look at where they were before
Yeah.
and after, does that make sense?
Yeah. But the thing is, these countries will have some sort of an uprising themselves. But the problem is that the influence of the West on the sort of rich people of these countries lures them here.
Yeah.
You understand? And
What do you mean?
You know, like for example, you know, we're talking about Sudan and we're talking about the rich people of Sudan.
Yeah.
What do they do? They don't live in Sudan, do they? They live in America, they live in the UK, you know, they're all on Edgware Road. They're in places like that.
Yeah.
They're not living there, but obviously they've got property, land, cultivation, they've got everything over there. You know, they're Sudanese people in Edgware Road are probably the only ones that drive around in Rolls Royces. Because they've got all that money, haven't they?
Well, if that's what the British did, bro.
Yeah.
What they do is we give power to the ruling class. It's like they make a class system in it. So you got the ruling class, they're in power. And to this day, bro, you look at, for example, people from Silla and people from Dhaka, bro.
Yeah.
This is kind of like power struggle, innit?
Power struggle between the both,
you got the guys in the government. Like, I don't know too much about Bengali politics, but I'm pretty sure it works like that, bro. You got the ruling class, the people that rule over the country, and then everyone else. Do you see what I'm saying? Like any country, where the British they split them up, and then in that turmoil, just they have to have turmoil in order to control them, bro.
You know, the thing is, you know, to understand politics, you have to be on the inside of it, not on the outside, because no one really knows from the outside what's going on in the inside.
We're just shooting breeze, bro, right now. But what we do know for a fact is, how can their people be starving, like literally not being able to eat?
Yeah.
And I'm guessing the food part of it is only one part, bro. You're talking about people getting their organs harnessed, sex trafficking. What else? Anytime there's vulnerable people, they're gonna be exploited, isn't it? Like, so talking about kind of other issues that you guys have to kind of witness or circumvent almost, like we're trying to get literacy, obviously, like literacy.
Yeah. Major lack of education.
What else?
But Mohammed,
AIDS and all that, disease basically.
Yeah. So, a lot of these problems stem from the fact that a lot of these children, especially who we kind of focus on, are only in this state because maybe their father's passed away or both parents have gone and they've been looked after by someone else,
so
and someone else is neglecting them.
So I'll give you an example, why would their parents pass away?
Disease,
like sickness.
Yeah.
What kind of disease is like?
Bro, I mean, in those countries, water is a major problem.
So cholera,
cholera, malaria.
So all preventable diseases.
All preventable diseases, yeah. But you could see in those countries there have been some sort of improvement over as years have gone on, where the likes of Oxfam and charities like this have gone out and helped with medical care and stuff like this. And even some Muslim charities, they've done a lot of good work, set up good hospitals and stuff like this. But the problem is, again, it goes back to that same thing, isn't it? That the money's got to come from somewhere to be able to provide the medicine to run those hospitals or have the medicine in those hospitals. Someone turns around and says, look, I want to dig a well and in a village, and it's going to now give water to, I don't know, 300-400 people in that village. But all it takes is for someone to walk like a cow to go to it and knock the well over, and the well's gone. And the well's finished. Who's going to go and fix it? Who's going to pay for it again?
And the maintenance.
Who's going to do the maintenance of it? That's not going to happen. So this is the reason why I think, one of the reasons why Charity Right focus on the one thing that kind of helps, your mindset, and that's nutrition, is food, isn't it?
Yeah, once you go, that's the basic. If you look at the Maslow hierarchy of needs, is nutrition, food, and then shelter.
Yeah.
On top of
so
that.
if you're giving people this, then at least with that you're winning people's minds and their hearts, aren't you? You're winning those things, and then you're trying to bring them back closer towards where they should be, and worshiping Allah and understanding where they are, who they are, what their purpose in life is, and all of those kind of things. And with that, you could give secular education, and if you can put all of those things together, and the route that you're using for it is food, then food is the one thing that you need to.
So what about water?
You know what hurts the heart though, bro? It's when these charities like Red Cross and that, they go to these Muslim kids and they give them food and everything, and then they start teaching them about the Bible, and then they grow up Christian.
Yeah,
that's what hurts the most.
I never saw that, by the way. Yeah, I mean, I went to the Rohingya camps, and before going to the Rohingya camps on the border of Burma, when the whole Rohingya crisis happened, they were saying that these a lot of non-Muslim charities. They're going there, they're setting up bases, camps, and they're bringing them, giving the kids these Bibles and they're telling them to, turn towards the other way and all this kind of stuff. But to be fair, I didn't see
That's
it.
a very old school way of like, the missionaries, that's what they used to do.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it does happen,
Probably does.
but I think they know it doesn't work. I remember when I went to Algeria, on the boat, there's these guys giving out these, it looked like Quran, bro.
Yeah.
It looks like, the calligraphy and everything. You pick it up and it's the Bible, bro. And they do that. They go to place. You know what it is? It is what it is. They're propagating their deen, isn't it? That's
So Mohammed, let's do this, yeah?
Go on.
The first time, yeah? Let's turn the tables a little bit.
Go on.
You know that I work in like sort of the charity sector and what we do, yeah? Let me ask you a question. Someone who is from the outside, you and Zach, let me ask you a question. What do you think are the genuine reservations that people have about charities so that we can try to iron them out a little bit for people, for them to understand them a bit better?
All right. So I would say this, yeah, especially in the last few years, everyone's asking for money. There's a lot of charities. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're getting bombarded, especially in Ramadan. Like there's a point where I actually had to turn my phone off because everyone was fundraising, yeah? And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but there's a point where it's critical mass in it. It becomes too much, yeah? And obviously you're a human being, innit? You want to help, but like you're getting, text messages, emails, your friends calling you up. Do you get me? All these things, all from different charities, bro. All from different causes, all well worth it. So that's number one. I think it's good that there's a lot of charities out there that are helping, but also it's causing an inverse effect. Yeah. And
so can I answer that one first?
Go on.
So my advice to anyone who has that sort of mass, bombardment of this kind of stuff, I always say to, because a lot of people say that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I always say to everyone, choose the charity of your choice. Maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 10. Choose a charity of your choice and give money to them.
Yeah.
Okay, give money to them. Don't be the person who says, "Oh, because I'm getting all of this, I'm not going to do it to I'm not going to give to anybody." Don't be that person, okay? Because like you just said, in Ramadan, this is a blessed month, okay? And this is the month of giving, okay? This is the month of Quran. So if there's any time to give, it is in this month. So you would get obviously more,
of course.
more people contacting you now than previous. But choose a charity, something that you believe in, something that you understand. Because people have different questions about charities. Do your research, find out about the charity, see what they do and how they go about doing it, and choose that charity. But do give to something. Doesn't have to be millions of pounds. Whatever you can give, whatever your ability is, try and give to something.
Yeah, and I think the other bit is they feel like, how much should I give? Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like, based on my financial circumstance, how much can I or how much should I give?
Okay.
Yeah. So there's that part of it, but also like you might be embarrassed if you can only give £10. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you get put off in and this is not me speaking personally, but I get these things all the time. Even my kids, I'll say to them, look, make sure we try and foster, especially this Ramadan, I'm going to try and push them to foster an atmosphere of giving, money, not just like, so that thing is like, what is too little? Do you get me?
Yeah.
I know everyone says this, yeah, or even if you can give £1, innit? But it's like getting over that thing in your head, or like, what can I give in my financial circumstances? What can I give? Should I give to a point where I put myself at? Do you get me?
Yeah.
In a situation, like how do I navigate that kind of?
So that's another question. A lot of people say they're a bit reluctant to give because they don't have a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, I could sit here right now and probably tell you hundreds of stories of people who say the same kind of stuff. Okay. But then I could give you hundreds of stories of people who said this kind of stuff, but have seen a change in their lives for what they give, okay, or have given. So there's people who have given hundreds of pounds, thousands of pounds, hundreds of thousands of pounds. Allah knows best what Allah has done for them and how Allah's how their life changed. Okay, but then there's people who can only give £1. That doesn't mean that they should ever think or feel belittled by the fact that someone gave 100,000 or 1,000 and I only gave £1. I always say that plant your seed wherever you can. Even that £1 could be the difference between you going to Jannah or Jahannam. It could be the difference, okay? The difference between you meeting Allah or not meeting Allah. It could be the difference. So I always encourage everyone, don't use the pound sign as the main focus in your head. The main focus in your head is that it's the intention. The intention is the most important thing, because someone's £1 is the equivalent to a poor person's £1 is the equivalent to a rich man's 1,000, 100,000, whatever he may be. Whatever Allah has given him tawfiq to do, he can do. And what Allah has given him to tawfiq to do, he can do. But I'm telling you, because like I said, I've been in this sector for quite some time now. The ones who have the big money, they hardly give. Trust me, they hardly give. But the ones who have very little money, they give. Okay. And importantly, I would say that look, if you can't give, don't ever feel bad about the fact that you can't give. Because only Allah knows what's in your heart. Because Allah knows you and He sees you. Allah knows what's in your heart. Allah knows whether you can, you can't. So don't ever feel bad about that. So if you can, invest time. Invest time in something. Sometimes so you might have seen some of my shares that I do. I say to people, look, if you can't give, at least share it. Yeah. Because wallahi, you don't know. Wallahi, bro, I'm telling you, 2 years ago, I was sharing some messages in Ramadan and stuff. And I gave, I shared the messages, and one brother, he texted me, he said, Akhi, look, I haven't got a job at the moment. You know what? Is there anything else I can do? I said, bro, I wrote on the bottom of the message just to share it. So he shared the message. Wallahi, bro, I'm not lying to you. His own brother, this guy's brother, gave us $5,000. And I said, bro, you know the fact that you shared it to your brother, who I don't know, I would never have got to him unless someone else knew him. You got to him. So you gave him the opportunity to give the money. So you have a portion of reward, enriched in that already. Yeah. So don't think you don't. So don't ever belittle what you can do. The minimum you could do is just share it. But look how many platforms we've got. Social media platforms and your statuses, your WhatsApp, your Instagram, Snapchats, everything. Everyone's got all of that stuff. No one should sit there thinking, you know what, bro, everyone's very quick to share a meme or share a running joke or whatever. Everyone's very quick to do that. But why are we not very quick to share a quick? Don't think it's like a charity overload. It's not. Any one of those things could benefit you. Any one of those things. So that answers your second question about don't ever think that the amount is too small or the amount is too big. I mean, no amount can be too big, but don't ever think your amount is too small, because anyone can. I know people who have given £5 and got £250, £300 bonuses within days and weeks. And they believe totally that this is from Allah. And these acts of sadaqah are what Allah uses to alleviate calamities away from you. Yeah. And again, look, bro, these things are not coming from me. These things are coming from the same Lord that you worship and I worship. Allah said this to you and He said it to me. That, you know what, give in sadaqah and the calamities will go a different direction from you or something along those lines. Okay, so what I'm trying to say to you is no one ever should think that £1, 50p, £5, £10 is too little. It may be too little in your head at the time, because shaitan's making you think, well, look, I've only got £2 in my pocket. Forget it, don't give it. You're going to need it. You're going to need it. Don't ever let that overcome you. And I think when everyone has that sort of mindset, then everyone's hearts will open. Connecting to people's hearts is not easy. It's not an easy thing to do. But once you do it, mashallah, you see the fruits of it.
I would say that I will end on this, innit, bro, because we've got to go have the iftar, bro. So I think for me, it's like, don't wait till Ramadan to give charity as well, because if you can, and I think if you can give something monthly, it's better than waiting till Ramadan and giving it, because you, like, for example, you set up a direct debit, sometimes you forget about it, bro. and it's gone 5 years. I don't want to blow up my mum's spot, yeah, but I remember she didn't even tell us. Remember about that orphan?
Yeah, Palestine.
She was. I hope she doesn't mind me sharing this, yeah, but she was sponsoring an orphan. But for how long, bro? It must have been
years, man. She's like a teenager.
15 years, bro. Something like that. Like we didn't even know. And to be honest, she'd get all these like updates. Do you remember, what was that charity
They'll send her
called?
pictures.
Orphans in need.
No, it was the pal. What was that charity called, Zach, man?
No idea, bro.
Oh. But yeah, she said, imagine from being like a baby, newborn baby, all the way up to, I'm not even sure if she's still supporting. I'm sure she is, yeah. Until I think she's become an adult now, bro. Sometimes you just forget.
And that's a sadaqah jariyah for
That's
her.
it. Like she's just done it and she's forgot about it, bro. And you know, we've all gone through hard times, but she's made sure that money is definitely gonna, you know. And I think that's, for me, that's what we're missing, the consistency part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
What
if
helps as well is updates, bro. You know what I mean?
No, but I think, do you know what it is, bro? I think sometimes you just give and forget, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Because, bruv, you know what it is? I'll give you an example. I used to work in a charity, yeah? And we used to get money for, like, for example, I'd run a project. And, bruv, the worst people to get money from is the government, bruv. They want like an Excel spreadsheet, how many people went through, what ethnicities they were, da-da-da-da. And the thing is, if you try, like, for example, if I gave money to charity, we give money to charity, I don't think about, okay, what they did. But I just give them money, let them do their thing, bruv. Because that's work. You know when you get updates, bro, someone's there writing up those reports, bruv, taking those pictures. That's money that's being spent on that. Do you know what I'm saying? That's resources that are being...
That's different though, bro.
No, but I get
that's
what you're saying.
non-Muslim organizations.
No, but even Muslim
the way they
organizations...
give is different.
No, but even Muslim organizations...
But Zach, once you give charity,
that's it. It's between
that's
you and
your
Allah.
contract between you and Allah.
That's it.
Why do you need someone to come back to you and say to you, you know, that money that you had a contract between you and Allah, now you need to see the picture of that kid in whatever country eating the food.
Now, if I see Urfat flying around a private jet and stuff, then I start asking questions, isn't it? But that's not the case, isn't it? What I'm saying to you, like, there are checks and balances that are in place. You've got a charity commission. You have, I'm sure, you've got audits. You've got all this stuff. So those things, but I'm not going to go in and say, brother, could show me your annual accounts. Let me go through. Or like, I want to, you know, this child X, or how many meals? Like, I understand that, but that's all resources that's been diverted. And you have to hire a team to do all that.
Yeah.
Even something simple as social media, bro.
I think it just goes as the trust for the organization.
Yeah, 100%. If you trust that organization, do your research, give the money and forget, bro.
This is what I was saying to you, innit? That if you do your research beforehand, you know what the charity about, what they're doing. And sometimes a lot of people give to the charities of people they know.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you know someone that works in a charity or volunteers in charity or whatever they may be, people like to give it to that person because they know, you know what, that person's trustworthy. You know, I'm okay with that. I can, you know, I'll give my money there. And you have to do your own research. I'm pretty sure, bro, when you go buy a TV from the shop, you're not just going to walk into Curry's and say, oh, you know what, I'll just take that one. You're not going to do that. You're going to do your research. You're going to find out whether it's got a good picture, good colors. Is it 4K? Is it not? You know, you're going to do all of those kind of things. You understand? And I'm pretty sure that people do that with charities. But then what they do is they kind of use that as the argument to say, well, you know, I don't want to give charity because, you know, they're all in it for themselves. They're all lining up their own pockets. They're all lining up their own pockets. People shouldn't think like that. I think
spreading those conspiracy theories with no proof, no nothing.
Yeah. I think that's
if someone's obviously doing wrong, that's different.
People have genuinely lost the ideas or the concepts behind sadaqah, and people have lost the ideas and the concept and even the importance of zakat. They've lost it, bro. Wallahi, the amount of people that say to us, bro, is that zakat or is that sadaqah? Bro, sadaqah. That's not my zakat. Oh, I can't give zakat for that. No, okay, I'm not giving it then. Oh, bro, is that sadaqah? Oh, bro, I only got zakat. Sorry, I can't give it. If it's not zakat, then I can't give it. If it's not zakat eligible, I can't give it. People look for those things that stop them from giving because they've got shaitan running through their heads at the time. You understand? That's why I'm saying that what we need to do is we need to drive home the reasons why you're giving it and who's told you to give it. Why are you giving it? Is there not examples of the people of the past who also gave, the people that you follow, the people who you've got, their names written on in your houses of, those are those people that gave, and you're following in their footsteps, and you want to meet the same Allah that they're gonna meet, and you want to be in the same Jannah as they're gonna be. You want to be the neighbor of that same Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam who you claim to follow. So if you claim to follow all of those things and you want to be like them and you want to emulate them, then why are you asking so many questions? Why are you clouding your mind with all these different types of questions? That's why I'm saying we need to go back to the understanding of sadaqah and understand why it's done, the reason it's done for. Because bro, wallahi, I'm not.
It's a culture.
But wallahi,
culturally, I'll give you an example of culturally. Yeah. And I have to start in my own yard, bro. In my own house with my own kids, bro.
What you just said a second ago, that look, everyone needs to change themselves and their family, because that's what you're going to be accountable for. When you stand in front of Allah, you're going to be asked about yourself, and then your wife will be forward and your children will be, and you're going to be asked about all of them, and you're the shepherd of your flock, you understand? So you need to, and I need to, and everyone needs to educate their families about sadaqah and about these kind of things. Even if like I was telling you guys earlier, we went to a school today. We gave out like 500, donation boxes, and it's beautiful what the head teacher actually said. She said that, if you give the child a donation box, I know it might be a bit old school, but that child is
the culture.
That child is connecting himself to that money box. Because then when we were standing outside at the end, all these kids were coming out saying, "Oh, mommy, look, I got a donation box. Mommy, I want to fill this up. I want to raise the most amount of money. And this is part of educating the young, because there's also young people in those countries. Forget donation boxes. They're probably not, like I told you earlier, some of them have never seen milk, so they've never seen cooked food.
Yeah.
So I'm saying to you, there are people around the world who, and I always say that you may never see or you may see, but one thing I definitely know, because I've heard it with my own ears and I've sat with these children myself, is one thing I know for sure, that when you're feeding their hungry stomachs, they're definitely making dua for you.
Yeah, subhanAllah.
They're definitely making dua for you. There is no doubt in my mind, because I saw it myself. I saw myself standing there in front of them and they're making dua for us. So I'm pretty sure that if you're going through difficulties in your life, whatever problems you may have, okay, and everyone has issues, you understand? Whatever difficulties you have, trust me and trust in Allah, because Allah is the one that's telling you this. Have your trust in Allah, that Allah is telling you that sadaqah will alleviate a difficulty that's can come upon you. Give sadaqah for that, and that difficulty that will be alleviated from you will go away, because you may have fed one child in one of those countries. And it doesn't matter what charity it is, just do one. You don't have to do 100, you don't have to do thousands, just do one. That one could be the difference. But don't, please, and I urge everyone who listens to this podcast, don't sit there, like I keep saying, the couch man that sits there,
And
judging and asking questions about everyone, and
like what I just did.
But we're discussing this. So it's a different
thing.
So don't be that person that does that, because that's going to be of no benefit to definitely that child in that country, and it's going to be no benefit to you, because only Allah knows what calamity is coming for you. Only Allah knows. So before that calamity comes, close the door and do something.
Inshallah.
And inshallah, if that's charity right that you could do it to, give it to, it's even better. But like I said, and inshallah, I'll tell you once again, is it only costs £120 to feed a child in school, meals inside a school
for a whole year, yeah,
for the entire year. Okay, entire year, and you guys can do the maths yourself. It's not a lot of money. Okay, like we said earlier, it's probably a coffee every other day. Okay,
I was gonna say something. A little tip, yeah. If you guys got Monzo Bank, if you guys bank with Monzo, what you can do is you can open up a pot and say round it up. So when you spend money, whatever rounds it up, put it in that pot, and at the end of 3 months or whatever, just donate that money, bro.
So
that's one thing that you can do, like today, bro.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. So Charity Right have actually got its own platform. You know, like Launch Code and PayPal.
Yeah.
Charity Right has got its own platform. It's called Team 365.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay,
yeah.
you see that, yeah? So Team 365 basically is very simple. If you want to donate or you want to raise money, we'll send you the link. There's 3 or 4 questions you answer. Once you've answered those questions, automatically you'll receive a page for however much you want to raise, whether it's £5, £10, £60, £120, £10,000. That page will come to you, and all you do is send your page out to whoever you want to send your page out to, and they just keep donating. And you just keep encouraging people to donate. And bro, in this day and age where everyone's holding their phones 24/7, it is not difficult to send a message. Akhi, wallahi, I'm not joking to you. I had a brother who's a bus driver, and I tell a lot of people about this. When I first spoke to him about Charity Right, he said, bro, I can't do this. I'm being serious, I can't do it. Because I'm a bus driver, I drive a bus 9 hours a day. I'm busted when I come home. I ain't going to be able to do it. I'm telling you, I'm not going to be able to do it. And I said, bro, just give it a go. He goes, okay, you know what? Because you're telling me, I'll give it a go. So I gave him a £60 page. Till this day, I think he's raised close to £2,000 in different years, okay? And he now says to me, bro, where's my page? Why haven't you done my page yet?
Yeah.
Can you do my page? So there are people who are scared. They're reluctant. I have friends like that. They say to me, bro, you know what? If you want collect money, look, I'll just give you a tenner. Well, I'll just give you 100 quid. No problem. Bro, I can't do this page stuff. I can't send these messages out. Bro, you can. Because you can send WhatsApp messages all day long, can't you? You can send Instagram posts up all the time. Facebook posts, Snapchatting. You could do all of that. Now, I'm giving you an opportunity by the mercy of Allah to earn sadaqah and earn reward for that. Why not? Why not? Everyone has got... Bro, even if you say you're going to raise £120, but you raise £20, bro, it doesn't matter. You've done something. And Allah, like I said, Allah knows how far you've gone, what your intention was, and how far you took it. And if you think that, you know what, I fell short because I'm lazy, I'm this and that, try again. Try again. How many times have you done something in your life and you failed? But you don't give up, do you? Try again. And this is all part of that. It's all part of that journey. So if anyone wants to, I could give you I'll give you the link to it. I'll give it to you, inshallah. If you can share it with the followers of the podcast, inshallah. You could keep it on there, inshallah. And then whoever wants to, all they need to do, like I said, click the link. Once they click it, answer the questions, and we'll set you up the page straight away. And you
try
can
to set one up for us, man. See how much we can raise by that.
Inshallah, yeah.
As well, inshallah.
Yeah. I think, bro, look, the sky's the limit, bro. No one's gonna stop you. I leave you with this on the charity thing. When we started 7 to 8 years ago, there was me and a few brothers. Okay, alhamdulillah, we've grown now to about 15, 20 of us, just in East London alone. So Zach, just in East London alone. I'm not talking about West London and South London, all these areas. I'm talking about just in East London fundraisers alone.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We've done close to £1 million.
In how many years?
In 7 years. So to other charities, that might not be a lot.
Do the thing, bro.
But to us, alhamdulillah, it means a lot. We never share this information with anyone. But I'm only sharing it to encourage people who think they can't do nothing.
So how many, we've got 1 million. That's like,
what?
How many kids are you feeding for that much?
Bro, we feed 20,000 meals every single day. Every single day we feed 20,000 meals. But we don't leave those meals alone. So for example, if you start getting fed on the first day, you're staying with us.
For the rest of your life?
For the rest of until adulthood. Yeah. You're staying with us.
So what happens in adulthood? They get a job.
They get jobs, education, all that kind of stuff happens. So those children stay with us. We don't start feeding a child. That's why we don't go to places like Syria and places like this. Not because we can't, because then there'll be more children who need food and all this kind of stuff and need education. But we've got these children to look after.
Oh, I see. You're okay.
You've got commitments.
You're concentrating on...
We're concentrating on these
Because it's
kids.
not just one day, it's for the rest of their journey. Basically.
Yeah, so that cycle will carry on. And inshallah, we've also got children that came out of some of those camps and now who work for Charity Right. They've become older, they work for Charity Right, they work in the distribution centres, they're delivery drivers, they do that kind of stuff as well. So it's a project that it's not an all singing, all dancing thing where like, you know, we're doing all like big
Simple.
food packs. It's very simple, and it goes in line with our values and our values of with our faith values, which is of feeding the poor. Simple as that. We don't want to overcomplicate things. It's
I
feeding
think
the
the
poor.
simple ones are the work. Like, have you heard of Tom's shoes?
No.
Tom's, they make these. So this guy went to Argentina, and he saw a lot of these streakers didn't have any shoes.
Mhm.
So he set up a business, and every shoe he sells, he puts one shoe on a kid's feet, and he does it. Like, he actually goes there, and so like you see him. That's how he built his. But it's such a simple idea.
Yeah, mashallah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and it works. People like simple, man. You know, we start talking about macroeconomics and all this madness, yeah? Like, people start to like, you know, that's out of my... But this is very simple. You're feeding one child £120 a year for the rest of the...
Bro,
do
you know, even Muslim businesses, I mean, I encourage a lot of Muslim businesses as well that, you know, even if they employ Muslim employees, out of their wages, if they discussed it with them and let them know in advance, even out of their wages a day, if they were to take £1 from each person's wages, how much difference could they make in the world when it comes to poverty?
Yeah.
It could make a massive difference. No one would probably feel that pound.
Yeah.
Who would feel it? No one would feel it. But trust me, that would make a massive difference in someone's life. And on top of all of that, like I said, I always encourage people, bro, go out, go and see for yourself. Go and see the poverty for yourself. And when you see it, that's when maybe your eyes will open up to those things. I mean, I took my own son, you know, I took him for a reason when he was only 16, 17 years. I took him because I wanted him to see it for himself. You know, it's not all about PlayStations and nice clothing and everything here. It's about going out. And, you know, when I saw him and his mate come out of a camp and cry, I thought to myself, you know what? This brings the reality home.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
Because they're your brothers and your sisters as well. You know, we're one ummah.
And the fact that you have to leave them.
Yeah. You have to leave them there.
Yeah. And you go back to your life, bro. Mad. And on that note, because it's almost Tarawih now, bro.
Is it? MashaAllah.
So, guys, that's been a very, you know, I knew we were going to come with the heat, bruv. But we're going to try and, we haven't decided how much like we're going to raise or whatever, but we're going to try to raise as much as we can over Ramadan. So if you guys can help support, that'd be amazing. We'll be trying to post maybe, you know, once every other day. Even if it's £1, like I said, something is better than nothing, or just forward it to someone. Yeah. So on that note, thank you very much, Jazakallah for tuning in. And it's probably going to come out in the 3rd week of Ramadan. So if you're fasting and watching this, make dua for us, bro.
Inshallah.
And I guess from me and Urfat and Zakaria, Ramadan Mubarak. And we'll see you on the next one.